haven't hit.
Lord have
I just
mercy.
hit the
We
go
are live
button.
now. I said
Now we're
hello,
live.
everybody,
She's
prematurely.
sitting there, saying hello to everyone, and
I've got my mind on what I found in our drain pipe.
she planted it there.
I
I'm
did
gonna
not,
tell everyone
Robert.
that right now.
I didn't plant it.
Hey, Jimmy, Clark, hey, Paul, Bill,
American Woodland
Cynthia.
Relics, hello.
I seen
Richie.
Richie in here.
Richie, I found one of your marbles.
Park Rat Pat in here earlier. He said he was
There
just
is
getting
DF
back
Digger.
home, and there's Dennis from DF Digger.
Yes.
And let me see.
Rusty
Let's scroll back up
Fines.
through here real quick and make
Bill.
sure I'm not missing
Hey,
Marty
Cynthia.
Pistalls.
Marty
Welcome.
Verstahl, welcome.
I think I pretty well got everybody.
Digologist,
John,
yes.
Beard
Beard with
over at
Iron
Iron
Antler,
Antler,
yes.
and John with
Welcome,
Digologist. Now let me get
everyone.
back
I
down here.
see Tony, Mr.
Tony,
Diggs, always
Mr.
glad
Diggs,
for
always
Clad.
glad for Clad. Hello and welcome.
Yes,
and thanks
welcome
for joining.
everyone. Yes,
It's Saturday night.
Alice Wonderland, hello.
Maria.
Maria.
I'm learning.
Yes.
I'm learning names slowly.
And
Just
Show
have
Me
to give
Treasure,
time.
Chris, hello.
Chris, hey Chris. We got a awesome guest tonight.
Yes, we
All
do.
of our guests are awesome.
All of our
in my
guests
book.
are awesome.
All of them are awesome.
Each and every one. And the future guests
And
are
future
awesome.
guests are awesome.
Yep.
Yes. But there's Mona. Welcome.
Hey, Mona.
Nice to see Mona in here tonight. I'm just going to do a quick mail call with John over
We've missed
at
you too, Paul. Good to see you
Digologist.
and believe
Thank
it.
you for the stickers.
Yes. Thank you,
Awesome.
John.
And in fact, one of your stickers will be in tonight's giveaway.
Yep.
So thank
Absolutely.
you, John. And your sticker is on the sticker board right there. And sticker board's really coming along. That's the new one we started at the first of the year. Yeah, I'll get it here, right there. But thank you, John, for the stickers. And if you're all not familiar with Digologist channel, please go over. Subscribe to him if you're not. Give him a big thumbs up. Watch some videos. Comment. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get our co-host and our guest up here. How about that? Or unless you have something to say.
I
apologize to everyone for Thursday that I did not do my Coiner show. It was just busy. I was behind on yard work. So.
Yep.
But I'll be back Thursday.
I will show in more detail if you can see it. Let me see if I can roll it around.
Melissa found that under the crawl space yesterday in the drain.
Yes, in the drain. Of all times, I said, I'm going to raise the door under the house to let some air under there because it was dry. The cat was in the house, so we didn't have to worry about her crawling under. And I looked down in our drain, and I had to look again. I thought, what in the world?
And then I hear her holler, and I thought, oh gosh, there's a snake.
Yeah, he thought it was a snake. And so I went to him. I said, it's not nothing bad. And yes, one more rain, and it had washed down the drain into the creek.
We might have made it to the creek. It might have got stuck in the drain.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we're wondering, if I found one, have there been others, or will there be others?
Yeah.
Time will tell. But anyhow,
I want to get under there now and start digging.
Yes, I think so too. I'm not sure what kind of marble, what company made it.
What we figured maybe it's an alley agate.
Alley agate, which
was
is
made in
Ritchie County, West Virginia.
Yeah. A lot of Tom Kingery. A lot of people don't
Mark
realize
Miller, hello.
that out of the 36 factories in the United States, what is it, like 26 of them were in West Virginia.
It's either 24 or 26 were in West Virginia.
And those were all in like what, one county?
12 of them were in one county.
But we've got some videos, not tomorrow at Digging Sundays, but starting next Sunday in our Digging Sundays, we're starting actually four video series on marbles that I think everyone's really going to enjoy. And we were just talking to our guests backstage about it, and you're all going to really enjoy it. In fact,
speaking of our guests backstage, and Rachel, we need to bring
up our hostess with the mostest.
Yes. And everyone give a big hello.
Hello
to Jersey Ray
Diggs. Yes. And a big Cover welcome to Aaron with Outdoors with Aaron.
Absolutely.
Hey, Aaron.
How you doing?
Okay, I'm done chattering now.
Show Me Treasure says, if you want to email me pics of that marble, I'll try to ID for you.
Okay.
We will do that.
We'll do that.
I'll put it off to the side, and we will do that. Now, if you don't get it in a couple days, remind us.
I'll try to get it out to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that Show Me Treasure mine?
Yes, make her big so Show Me Treasure can see hers.
Yeah.
He may be able to ID that.
Yeah, that's my first ever marble. Don't mind my dirty
I
nails.
forget
just
what
got-
they say when they're a solid on one side and then
I don't know if it's a
swirl.
vitro. I don't
I
remember.
can't remember.
I don't know. We're still
We're
learning
learning.
ourselves.
It's confusing
Make it fun.
because
You can make her smaller, she said.
because
Show Me Treasure has got us started with
Rusty
being
Fives.
interested in the different types of marbles. If you remember, we had 4 marbles that he ID'd for us some videos back, and that's what got us started trying to learn and get into knowing who made what marble.
the Happy Plague Doctor. Welcome. Watching
Hello, Happy
Trump
Plague
speak
Doctor.
at the same time as this. Okay.
Show Me Treasure says it looks like a master-made marble.
So
I don't know anything about marbles.
Richie,
I
did
tried them when I was a kid, but
Chat on my phone.
Richie, did you get the email that Robert sent you about marbles?
the top
Some
10.
information on them?
Yeah, I'd send a
It'd
video.
be, well, it's not
tried to-
email, it's
it was a-
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah,
Mona
sent-
loves my background.
yeah, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly, Paul.
The
Looks like she
Simpsons
does
got
some
foreclosed,
redecorating.
and I went and bought it.
Okay. Did we say hello to Mark Asylum? The
Yes,
Asylum. Okay. I thought so.
yes, I did.
I just didn't
No, I
want to
don't
miss
know
it.
if you
You
did.
say
I
I
just
didn't
did.
get that.
Well, you just did.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Let's set up the giveaway.
Let's do.
Shall we do that?
Let's do that. I don't want to jinx anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we have lost. Before Aaron come on, we lost our connection. So let's hope it don't happen.
Now, let me,
Getting a little shaky
Yeah,
right
And so
now.
Rachel and Aaron will keep it going.
and we're going to hashtag tonight OWA for
Yep.
Outdoors with Aaron.
Yep.
All right, and you're going to tonight. I'm giving away an
See you,
1890.
Cynthia.
I'm giving away an 1897 IHP. You'll get one of our bracelets, of course.
Hey, Belinda.
A couple of wheat pennies I'm going to throw in there tonight, and an awesome sticker pack.
Yep.
And of course, John with Digologist sticker is right there on top. So,
Yep. Thank you. Show Me Treasure.
awesome. So start hashtagging
OWA.
OWA.
Hey, PA Patriot.
And now I'm going to remove that.
Yep.
Did Cynthia have to go?
Cynthia is running to the store.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
We
Tom
know,
Kendry, not
we-
Iowa.
we know how that. No, not Iowa. OWA.
I think he's being funny. Hey,
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah.
Belinda, Mrs. AWR just came in too.
Yep, Belinda. I seen
Belinda,
that.
yes. I meant to say hello. I seen that, but I think
I
I
think I did
Mine
say
is-
hello.
sticker pack. So
Yep.
shame on me.
Let me put this marble somewhere where
Here.
it won't roll away.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Okay.
Here, I might be able to put it right there. We go.
But
Yeah.
we hope everyone is doing well this
Martin
evening.
Smith, welcome. Thanks. Yes, in fact, let's start asking Aaron a few questions.
Why don't we? Since he is our guest, why don't we ask him some questions?
Well, it would be
You
nice.
know,
I'm sure he'd
They're all
appreciate.
quiet and nice, you know. Like
I'm sure he'd appreciate us recognizing that he's here.
I would think so, yes.
So, Aaron, how long have you been a treasure hunter?
Well, ever since, honestly, since I was a little kid, I used to do it with my dad. We lived in Germany. We were metal detecting in baseball fields and stuff. And that's when I first started metal detecting. But I really got into it the past, 3 or 4 years. I just, don't hold back now. Just try to get out there.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Because that sort of answered a question. What got you started? How long you been doing detecting? And it started in Germany, so that kind of answers a lot, right there.
What made you decide to do a channel?
Well, honestly, I was working at a mill, and I was a high pressure steam boiler operator, and I hated my job. And I was watching YouTube at night, and one day I decided, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore, and I started the YouTube channel. And then the COVID and all that happened, so it was a perfect thing to stay away from people and go out and do my own thing. So I just kept running with it after that.
Well, in case you didn't know, me and Melissa's kind of responsible for the pandemic outbreak.
Oh, you must tell him the story.
See, back in March of 2020,
Yeah.
we had been detecting over in Ohio at this little park, and Melissa found this little object. And we didn't know what it was until the next day. I started cleaning on it, and it was an urn. It's a little charm urn with ashes in it. It's got Madeline on the bottom of it. So we had did a video on it, and we actually did a video for Halloween that year. And everyone was blaming us for the pandemic outbreak. They're like, Robert, what did you all do? It was your fault. Well, see, the thing about it is I told Melissa when she found it, and I revealed to her what it was. I said, if things start going to crap, I said, we're going to know why.
Choice of words.
And it wasn't like the next week
Yep.
that COVID broke out, and then we're all under full-fledged, stay indoors, and people were blaming us because
They said,
found
no.
that. Take it
Clark,
back
what
and
did you
put it back where you found it.
I know the vicinity where I found it, but not the exact area.
But I don't think it was left in that park intentionally. I think
it was lost.
someone lost it.
It was lost off their chain.
I think they didn't mean to lose it. But we have her. She sits right up here on the mirror in front of us. We give her a new home, and other than that, we don't have no problems out of her.
No.
But yeah.
We were up in Seboomic, Maine, me and my buddy Kenny, and we were metal detecting up on this mountainside and out in the middle of nowhere, and we get this really good hit on the metal detector. We dig it up, and it's this little box, and we were like, well, this is kind of weird. So we opened it, and then we realized it was somebody's pet, and there was a note inside of it that said, if you find this, please bury it and put it back. So we did, but we felt bad. We were like, oh man.
Now he's not here tonight, but I'm going to tell a story on some people might know and some don't. Rob over at FL Thunder digging Florida, him and Troy,
Dirt Troll.
I remember a video back, that's probably been a couple of years ago, that they were hunting in these people's backyard, and they found this big metal box, and they thought they found treasure. And so they opened it up, and there's like some toys in there, and then there's this bag.
They thought it was concrete.
They start tearing it open, and they're sitting there smelling it. And I know Troy's like, that smells like concrete. We'll come find out it was those people's dogs' ashes that they had done.
Could you imagine snorting up your nose?
And here they are feeling that, going through it. And I'm like, when I found out, I'm like, oh my God, that is hilarious. I just couldn't stop laughing. And so I have to tell that on.
You have to tell. Hey, the subject come up.
They'll laugh at it too.
Oh, yes, they'll laugh at it too.
If they're around talking about it. I mean, it was just hilarious.
Yes, it was.
Thinking about that. So, I think about that if you find a dog collar, more than likely there's been a dog in it at some point in time.
Hey, Joel, did you get your mail from us, Joel?
Well, give him time to answer. Yeah, because he should have got it. Either get it today or Monday.
Yeah, Paul.
Get a snippy full of that. Yeah.
Goodness sake.
Oh gosh, but that was funny.
But anyhow, I'll watch for his answer, and I'm going to ask Aaron a question. Now, when we first started, the very first video we watched of yours, yes, he got it. Just did the vid.
Awesome.
Good. We're glad that you got it. I remember it was Madison, Maine said we're over at Outdoors with Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, Bud Files. And it's when you were doing ice fishing.
Okay.
So that's when we first started watching you. And then as we've been watching more of your detecting videos, we noticed that you started out with the Garrett Ace 250, correct?
Oh, I love my Garrett 200. that thing's a champion. I'm not even kidding. I've drowned it twice by accident. One time I was in water that was a little bit too deep, and I had my son with me, and I said, hold the detector, I'm going to dive under, do not let it go under. And I pulled on it, and he let it go right underwater. I was so mad at him, but afterwards we laughed about it, but I was just like, why did you do that? At that point in time I was just starting out, so it was the only detector I had.
Yeah. And now you're using the
The Nocta Legend.
Nocta Legend.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, I have 5 metal detectors, but I only use 3 of them. I use the Garrett 200, the Simplex, and the Legend now. The Legend was a learning curve for me, but I'm starting to use it more and more and starting to figure it out more and more as I use it. So,
Digologist is asking Aaron if you had to soak it in a bed of rice.
nope. I just took the batteries out and left it up against the wall for a week.
Hey, sweet Diggs.
The last time it was super hot out and my truck was boiling inside, so I took all the batteries out and just left it in the truck, and it dried right out and works perfectly fine now.
Those of you just joining, hashtag OWA to get in on the giveaway.
Yeah, someone drop Aaron's link.
Yeah,
I see Show Me Treasures wanting it so he can come over and check you out.
I think Rachel's got that covered.
Okay. And if you're just coming into the chat, hashtag OWA and get in on the nightly giveaway. We'll do that at some point in time.
Yeah,
I'm not going to give you a time because who knows.
We always end up talking and going over
So I'm not even going to say when we're going to do it.
But we will do it
sometime.
Well, once again, I just want to apologize. I'm trying to switch back and forth to the chat.
That's okay.
You're fine.
You do what you got to do to.
I've only done this a few times through this StreamYard or whatever. So.
Yep.
We understand.
We've had to do. We do sometimes test runs with guests because they've not really been up live on StreamYard and they didn't know just exactly what to do. So like on Wednesday night when I put the link up, we'd set up a time and then they just meet us in the back room.
Yeah.
And okay, this is it. Might have to work out a little bit of speaker stuff, because figuring that out. But we've always had our guests up pretty well.
We always manage.
Yep. So sometimes we'll do a test run with our guests just if they need to.
Yeah.
Chat, but I'm having trouble like commenting.
Well, Aaron, I'm impressed. The last time I actually, I see your videos come up in my suggested list, but I didn't know you hit 5K.
Hey, Joseph, metal detecting.
Just flew out the door. I had a couple of I had some shorts. I had one short that took right off, got over 1 million views, and got me a ton of subscribers. And
wow.
Yeah, it was only 15 seconds. Well,
that's all it takes.
Yeah,
that's the thing about shorts. Some of them hit, some of them don't. My last short, man, my Sun Dog that I recorded it.
That was a.
Yeah.
But they do.
It's usually, it seems for me like it's like every 3 shorts that I post, one of them will go. But a lot of times it's like you get to like 2K views and it stops. It just stops. And I'm like,
Yep.
I got 5 views on my shorts.
If they hit anywhere between, shoot, I'm happy. And when they're still down in like 20, 30 views now but if they hit 200, 300, 400, 1,000, 2,000, I know Melissa had one. What did it hit? 4,000 or 5,000 on
I
your?
think so.
What was that?
I don't remember.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yes.
Can't even remember what we done videos. That's us,
I don't remember.
I know your Fork you found got over 4,000 views on the Fork.
But it's been since the Fork, I do believe.
Yeah.
But I don't recall what it was.
And I'm not going to go look as sure as I do. I'll push the wrong button.
It's up in here somewhere. I just can't retrieve it right now. I'm still working on Commodore 64.
Yeah.
If that tells you anything.
People in the chat going, now what was that?
I seen Joseph Metal Detecting said, guess what? So I'm guessing what there, Joseph?
But yeah, we I don't want to mess anything up.
No. Hey, Blistering Barnacles. Have you got your mail yet from us? Maybe not
because that went overseas.
Yeah, maybe not had time.
Yeah, when did you mail it out?
Oh,
Tuesday.
Yeah, it could be another week.
Yeah.
His birthday is Monday. I have one.
Well, happy birthday, Joseph.
Saturday.
Yep.
Mine's next Saturday, and I'm going to be doing a full-fledged on birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be
Too bad I'll
18
be missing it
Well, where are you going to be at, Rachel?
on the road.
on
On the road again?
Mhm.
Oh, we shouldn't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, sing.
But yes, his birthday thing will be 18 and older.
Yeah.
So I think that's best.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to kind of do anyone that want to come up and hang out.
Just come up and talk about your finds,
Yeah.
your day.
Speaking of finds, Aaron just had a really awesome find
Yes, he
that he
did.
found in the river,
And we're gonna make Aaron big.
and let him show that find off. And I know he knows what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Tell everyone that story that may have not have seen that vid, and if they haven't seen it, they need to go check it out.
Well, me and my sister decided to go out to Detroit. It's one of the rivers near my house here. I've been finding, last year I found porcelain signs. I was finding everything in there. And we got going down, and I took this little stream up by this old mill, and I happened to just walk over. My sister went over by the mill, and my legend hit wild tone, and I reached down in, and sure enough, I pulled out this powder flask, and it's probably, to me, it's one of my best finds. Well, let's get it in the camera here, but I absolutely love it. It's actually full, and I don't know if it's just sand or what, but there's something in there that I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Gunpowder.
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to open it. That's definitely, oh, where's the camera? There it is. But yeah, I definitely don't want to open it. But yes, I completely was happy with finding that. My sister come running over. She was super excited. It was a pretty fun day. My sister found a bunch of good stuff too. She has a set of eyes on her. She wasn't even metal detecting. She was just searching along the stream, and she found. If you want me to show it, I'll show it.
Yes,
Yeah,
please
go
do.
ahead.
She found this 14 karat gold ring.
Whoa.
Wow.
Now, what color stone is that? Green or blue?
It's sort of a bluish.
Okay.
My mom's
Beautiful.
sapphire, but I'm not sure exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know stones.
I couldn't tell if it was emerald, which would have been, the green, or if it was blue, and blue would be the sapphire. I think.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, we found quite a bit of stuff that day.
I like the jewelry box that you found. That was
Yes.
If I
I
can
know
get,
the lid was, but yes.
Look at that, guys.
That is
Yeah, that's pretty.
awesome.
yeah, I found that in what I guess DF and everybody like to call Button Stream. It's in Manson Park in Pittsfield, Maine. That day, I just decided to metal detect along the edge, and I found the lid first, and I took it right back to the truck because I was like, I don't want to leave it on the edge, and I didn't want to put it in my pocket and make it fall apart or anything. So I went back down. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep searching, and I going through, and sure enough, I hit a tone, exact same tone, and I dug up the bottom, and the bottom was missing a leg. So I was like, oh, I really want that leg. So I kept searching, and sure enough, I found the leg. I was super excited. I was posting shorts, and I was calling everybody.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Well, speaking of finds, and we was talking about our find, what's maybe probably some of your oddest or most odd thing you have found so far?
Mary Widow's condom tin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was strange. I'm like, I found this. I think it might be a milk, like foil or something. And then I can't remember who it was. They were like, "That's a condom tin." And I was like, "Oh no shit."
Yeah.
Hey, people want to find those.
Why She Digs Alabama wants to see that jewelry box again.
We're gonna make you bigger again.
Sure. I don't break it.
Isn't that
Man,
gorgeous?
That is.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'm just hoping that if I go back there, I can find the jewelry that was in it.
Yeah,
I too.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
This year it's just taken off for me. I mean, been finding stuff everywhere I go. It's just been insane. Go
Go ahead. Sorry.
I guess that's why we go, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
And
always
see,
unless you go.
You gotta watch Robert.
Yeah.
He loves to talk.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, speaking of stuff like that, over at Shenanigans the other night, Rachel's was talking about mapping and permissions and
Yeah.
stuff. And we've watched on your channel when
Yeah.
you go and to look for your permissions, kind of explain your process of that and what you're looking for and what you have to go through to do that.
But before you do that, Aaron,
Mona
Mona
wants
is
to know.
asking what the jewelry box is made of.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, Joel, see you.
Inside, it looks like it's really shiny, so I'm not sure if it's brass or copper. I'm really not sure.
You're always having trouble with brass and copper items too. One will be green and one will.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not green, so
Okay.
I'm thinking it could be bronze maybe or brass. Not really sure.
What? Now, did you find? And I'm going to ask a dumb question because I watched you find it. Did you find that with the detector, right?
Yep, with the
With the Simplex or the Legend?
with the legend.
What was it ringing up as?
It was in the 50s, 55, I think, 54.
That might be a, you know, they had this weird metal for a while there, in the 20s and up and stuff. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes when you find it and the metal had broken in half, it's kind of got that white look to it too. I don't remember what kind of metal it was.
Zinc?
Huh?
Zinc?
No, not zinc.
Oh.
But it was some kind of alloy.
I'll have to look
That
into it.
could be pewter. What he has.
Martin
but it's
Smith
probably
is
yellow,
saying
so
looks
something
like pewter. I'm wondering, is it heavy?
Heavy.
Yes, it's heavy.
Goodbye, Joseph.
Oh, Joseph, thanks.
Yeah,
for
it's like
stopping.
really hard to tell on the video, but
Which pewter is soft metal.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a pewter.
DF Digger says might be Britannia or pewter.
Could be. It's super fragile where there's a hole in the lid. And if you just touch that spot, that little piece is gonna break right out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds like pewter.
Yeah, it might be.
Pewter's real fragile.
Yeah, I'm horrible with I'm not horrible with metals, but when it gets into that stuff, I'm kind of iffy.
We understand.
Yeah, it'll break apart and stuff like that if you're not careful with pewter.
Yeah.
Now you were getting back to him about his
How he got
permissions.
his
places to hunt.
yeah, and his process of what he does and what he has to go through to get permissions and going. Where is it? You go to the courthouse or?
Town office. I go into the
Okay.
town office and I just ask them for their town-owned properties. That's what I've been doing lately, and most towns are up here are super nice about it, and they help you right out, and they'll give you all the listings of the different properties that are town-owned, and then they usually have big maps on a table, and I just go over and I take pictures of them all and go check them out and stuff like that. There's a few towns that they don't even want metal detectors in there, like Plymouth, which I don't understand because when we were down there, we planned on, anything we found, we were going to go give it to them because we were under the understanding they were trying to make a historical society. But they came right out to us and started harassing us and yelling at us, telling us we need to leave. And we were messing up their fields and everything else. So they passed a policy, and it's not an ordinance. And you got to have an ordinance in the state of Maine in order for it to be enforceable by the police and stuff like that. But we haven't gone back because we really don't want to open up that can of worms. But
Right.
we've thought about it a few times. But now we just stay in the rivers because they don't bother us if we're in the river. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but like I said, most towns are great. Like the town I live in, Etna, they are like, you can metal detect anywhere you want. If it's town property, you can metal detect right here at the town office if you want. And super cool about it.
That's
Good
cool.
deal.
It is.
Good deal.
And most people in this state, if you want to ask permission, most people are good about that too. A lot of the times.
Now, when you get a permission and start digging, and I don't always ask this question, but from time to time I will, how long do you give a spot? How long will you metal detect until you say, okay, I'm giving up, moving to the next spot?
Well, what I try to do myself is I go to a spot and I might hit it, 3 times in a week, and then I'll go somewhere else. And then later on, I'll be like, well, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use this metal detector this time, and I'll go over it again, and I'll find stuff. Usually find different stuff than I, almost in the same area. You'll use a different metal.
Hey, risers.
So,
Okay.
I try. I don't want to just metal detect out an area. I want to be able to go back there again someday and find something. I don't try to stay in the same spot all the time, basically.
Alice Wonderland is asking, what state are you in, Aaron? Now that is Maine, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm in central Maine.
Okay.
But back to the oddest find.
Yeah.
I was asking, what's probably one of your oddest finds you've ever found?
I found a lot of stuff.
Something that sticks out.
A lot of things. I'm trying to think of last year. I mean,
I know you said the 3 Mary
Widow's
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that pops right into my head. I found I think it's a sash buckle, and it's kind of weird because I found it in the middle of Palmyra, Maine, and it has Egyptian pharaohs on it.
Oh, wow. Neat.
I don't have my treasure box. It's down at my mom's house, so I'd show you it. Yeah, that was when I was just getting started. I found that, and I tried looking it up, and there was nobody that could help me figure out what it was. So,
speaking of that, that's like this dime I found the other day.
Make yourself big.
And I've been trying to track this daggone dime down because it's a copy. And as you can see, I know it's not going to come.
You might have to twist it to try and get the light to hit it a certain way. That's the front. Looks like a regular dime.
Come
then
on.
Flip it over and show them the back.
Come on.
Back up some, maybe.
It's not wanting to.
Okay,
and then,
well, please flip
and it
it.
says 1953 on it. And then on the back, it's the basic, and it has copy across. I wished that thing would focus.
Tilt it a little bit.
Tilt it.
A little more. Sometimes it'll come in. Is it metal?
Yes.
Good evening, Jimmy
It is
LaCroix.
not. Lean back, Melissa. Let me see if I can.
you could see it a little bit when you move back a little bit.
Yeah.
It says copy across it.
Back
and
up a little more and see.
It's a little bit.
And I can't find it. Anyways, I've been Googling this thing.
And it's smooth around the edges.
It's smooth around the edges. And the copy on the back of it is made into it. It ain't stamped. It's made. And it's not, man. It is not going to focus for
Did you find that metal detecting?
And it was in a parking lot.
Oh.
And I looked down and I said, oh, there's a dime. And then I picked it up and I turned it over and I said, it's got copy written right across the front of it. And it don't have ridges on the edge. So I have been Googling play money.
Show me treasure says very strange, possibly magician's coin.
And I've been Googling it every way I could.
Movie money.
And
Movie money.
And I cannot find it anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds what she just
right
said.
there. You can kind of see it says copy right across it, right there.
Because that
And then
movie
it says,
hundreds and
And
stuff
it's
like
thicker than a regular dime.
no, not really.
I
Maybe
think
a
it is.
little thicker, but
It
not
is.
too much. But other than
Well, you
that,
know, like, photography and stuff like that, when they're taking pictures for like advertisements and there's money in it, it's not real
I
money.
see.
They can't
Okay.
use real money. And
Okay.
that's like the movie money. So you see the $100 bills, but
Okay.
the back of that bill, the front looks total legit.
It
you really
does.
see
like
it
the
legit.
money that
But the back will be blank and it'll say for, Hollywood purposes or something on the back. I have
Jimmy.
some somewhere.
Yeah.
like the money that Denise Kidder found in that locker. Remember all the movie money she found,
Yes, she did.
and it had copy
Could
on
be.
all of it. And I mean,
Yeah.
it looked like real $100 bills and stuff. But yeah,
be.
but yeah, I never thought about movie money.
yeah.
I'll have to look that
Look
up
that
now
one up and see.
and see.
DF says his son gave him an Indian head penny with copy on it from the bank he works at. Huh.
I never thought about it being movie money.
It'd just be something you'll have to
Yeah,
look
then
up.
now that'll be the thanks, Rachel.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to Google that now. and
Don't get
see.
it mixed up with your regular change.
No, I'm definitely going to put it off to the side and keep it because it's metal and.
Yeah, he just looked down and he's like, "Oh, there's a dime," and he said, "Huh."
And then when I turned it over, I'm like, "Well, that's funny."
And then he
It's got
noticed there was
copy
no ridges on it,
on it.
and it
And I
was
got my
thicker.
glasses out and I said, "Well, it says 1953. That would be silver, but that's not silver."
No,
It's proof set shiny though. I mean,
It is
you'd
proof
think it
set
was
shiny.
right out of a proof set.
uh-huh.
I mean, other than it don't have ridges on it.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, that was a very interesting find in the parking lot for sure.
Yep.
So yeah.
Somebody's got to go back and get a blank load of dimes.
Yeah, that's what it says on the back for American picture use only.
I wonder if they ever caught them guys that remember back a couple of months ago when that truck got broke into from the mint
And all
they
the dimes were stolen.
stole all the dimes. I wonder if they ever found anyone that was connected with that.
Like
We're
I must
still
have get away with a big giant bag of dimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill your pockets and try to run.
Yeah.
How you
I
gonna
forget
spend
how
that?
much they made
I mean,
off.
50 years ago, it'd be easy, not too hard to spend dimes everywhere, but
Yeah.
you could buy a couple bazookas or something. But now you need a mortgage to buy a bazooka.
Yeah.
Everything's so
Yeah, that's like
outrageous.
to get on a different subject because me and Melissa side by side, and we seen the other day Polaris has a new Expedition out, and so we clicked the video of it and was watching it, and I was like, okay,
$50,000.
That's for the 2-seater.
Yeah, that's for the two.
That's not the 4-seater.
That's
The
ridiculous.
4-seater costs as much as a new Jeep Wrangler.
Wow.
And that's a side by
they start
side,
what
folks.
$70,000-$80,000 for a Jeep Wrangler, a new Jeep.
Crazy.
And I'm like, this is a side by side that you go out and you take through the woods and you take through the
It
creek.
has windows, push button
Automatic
windows.
windows, air conditioning.
Now that's not side by side.
That's not.
Aaron, you know that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's we're getting ready to hit on that subject.
That
Some of
is-
your other hobbies, side by siding.
and camping, we've been
Yeah.
loving.
Yeah. We got it's a 2021. I don't even know what brand it is. We bought it off in Marketplace, and my mother just got another one from Lowe's. It's got like removable seats and stuff. It wasn't too expensive, but I mean, out here, you're going through the woods, you're hitting sticks and everything else, and so to buy something super expensive wouldn't be, it wouldn't make sense really,
I bet Rob's ears were burning.
They had to be.
His
We
ears
was
had to
talking
be
about him earlier.
burning. Florida Thunder digging with Rob, and we was talking about him and Dirt Trolling Troy digging up the doggy remains.
Yeah. I see Paul says we're looking to buy a pickup truck and the prices are great. Yes, they are.
They are. It's so sad, isn't it?
It is your best just to
Yeah, used
honestly
cars are crazy expensive too.
keep what you got. Really, I mean, I got rid of Big Red, but I basically had to. He bumper was gone on it. The fenders were rusting, and
Hey, Randy, welcome.
where I go to inspected, he in the nicest way he possibly could say you're going to have to do something about it, or it's not. I can't inspect it no more. So I just got rid of it. But,
Yeah, Florida
Yeah.
Thunder digging with Rob said, now that was a great day. I couldn't stop laughing, and poor Troy was mortified.
yeah, we had to tell that story, Rob. We was talking about that
Yeah.
earlier. So when we was talking about Madeline and crazy fines.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is. Vehicle prices are nuts off. Everything is right now. I told the lady at the store the other day, I said, I can't even afford to get fat anymore. I can't afford to buy junk food.
You can't go to Walmart without expecting to at least spend $50.
And you walk
Hey,
out with
Randy.
nothing hardly.
Yeah.
I mean, whew. But I'm just
Yeah.
thankful to be able to go to Walmart and get what little bit of nothing we do get
We
because
Right.
do fine.
We do fine,
We get what
yes.
we need.
we've got some friends that have 6 children and he
Yeah.
just lost his
Job,
job. So,
so.
Hey,
Yeah.
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 Anyhow, on more happier things.
Notes, yeah. Yes, everyone, if you're just
Yes.
coming in, hashtag OWA and get in on the giveaway. We'll be doing at some point in time through
Yep.
this live stream.
Tell everybody
long.
what you're giving away that may not have been here to see it first. Make yourself
We're giving
feel-
away some good stuff.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
That's gonna be smart aleck there. I
He
know
is
we're
smart aleck,
we're going to be
isn't he?
giving away an 1897 IHP. I've got a couple of
I
wheat
would too,
pennies in
Rob.
there. Of course, one of our It's a Cover thing
Hey, Scott McClory.
bracelets.
Yep.
And an awesome
Chin.
sticker pack in there.
And one of
course-
those is Digologist
Yep,
sticker.
Yep, I want to
Thank
thank
you
him
again
for
for
the
sending those to
stickers.
us.
And there's Kimberly Creamer. There's a Can Do Veteran. There is a Clayton County. There's a Park Rat Pat. There's
Speaking
a
of
Team
Park Rat
Lynch.
Pat, I think
And
a lot of
Clark's
those
Cove.
stickers are compliments of him.
Yes, some of them are. Some of them are
yeah.
from Kimberly. She sent
Kimberly
me
and
some.
Digologist, yes.
And Frankie
Yeah,
from over at PD Sandigger.
absolutely, yes.
Cannot forget them
No,
people. Nope.
okay. We don't need
Okay.
to be big anymore. They don't need to see my wrinkles
No, here, let's get rid of that.
and my chin whiskers.
Yeah. Yeah. Have to get the
I just
duct tape out.
Hello to everybody in the chat that I haven't said hi to.
Papa Rouse.
Yeah, we've got 30 in the house. Thank
Yep.
each and every one of
for
you all for
joining us
coming.
tonight. We're hanging out with Outdoors with Aaron, and if you're not familiar with his channel, please go over and check him out.
Yep, Rachel dropped the link in the stream, so just sort of take your little finger and slide up there and find it. Click on him and give him a look-see and a subscribe and
Yeah.
a thumbs up, and let him know Clark's Cove Detecting sent you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have fun, people. So I'm a little bit crazy at times, but that's what keeps
He
it.
does have fun. I remember setting in on a live stream, and this has been a little while back, and he was just having he was burning some stuff outside like a little bonfire, and it was just,
Yeah.
it was like we were there with you.
Yep.
I just kicking back, having a couple of beers, and
Mhm.
burning some stuff I needed to get rid of.
Yep.
I try to be real. You know, that's just the way I like doing my YouTube. I try to
Thank
just
you,
keep
Mona.
it real. You know, I don't.
Robert thinks so.
Yeah, we've got it's getting bonfire time.
Oh, we have got, we save all of our boxes.
Boxes.
I try not to put as much in the garbage as I can. That way we make room for other stuff. So the cardboard, we know we can burn it. And so we have got it piled up.
And then any sticks that fall and stuff, we gather all that stuff up.
We're going to
Any
have to wait for it to
trees.
rain before
Yeah,
we can
before
again,
I do
though.
any bonfire. But I'm
Yeah.
ready for a bonfire myself. Sitting out under the stars, and I wished we could go live during that. But where our fire pit's at, and with the string and can that we
Uh-huh.
have as an internet,
Not going to work.
that ain't gonna ever happen.
No.
Yeah, that's for sure. So
I get lucky when I go out camping that I have just
Hey,
enough sun
Frankie.
in order to live stream.
his ears were burning.
Yes, Frankie's ears were burning. We were just talking about
we were
you.
just talking about him and
the
sending me
stickers
some.
we're giving out. Park Rat
Yes.
Pat says Bob's bonfires have 20-foot flames.
Yes, Power Rat Pat knows about our bonfires out here.
American Woodland Relic says we had a bear steal our trash can. Oh my gosh, I would have soiled my britches.
Well,
Gosh.
Stole the whole trash can. Okay,
you would have sold your
you
britches.
just
But
pillaged through them.
he didn't say when the bear stole it. He didn't say if they were home or asleep or sitting on the porch watching them.
No,
steal.
he didn't.
Hey, I remember we went camp. This has been back in early 2000s. We were
Yes.
camping a lot back then up at Bishop Knob, which is right outside of Summersville, West Virginia. And we had a bear decide to come in the camp a couple of nights. And the first night, he, of course, us,
I was laying on top
leaving
of him.
our cooler, out on the picnic table, not even thinking, because we had been
Sponge
camping
cake,
up there several
tater
times
chips.
and hadn't had any problems. But this particular week we were there. Well, here comes Mr. Bear, and my mom and dad was with us, and we had one of the pop-up campers, and I was out.
I was in the sleeping
Melissa
berth.
was in the sleeping berth.
Robert
and
was on the
I was
couch
on the
under
couch
me.
right under her. And I remember Dad going,
He had to
Mom.
make his appearance.
Hey,
"Bobby,
Slash.
wake up, something's out there." And so I raised up and I grabbed the flashlight, and here's this big black bear, and he is right under the sleeping berth of Melissa.
And that sleeping berth isn't very thick on pull-out
And
campers.
he's standing there on the picnic table with his head down in
Hey,
the
Jeremy.
cooler. And then I was like, oh my God, well, boy, he took off. And then we got out there and started going through everything. Well, he had the angel food cake, and he licked the country crock butter dish
We
completely
could hear
clean.
him in the woods because he
Eating.
took a bag of potato chips
Yeah.
that had been unopened.
Hey, he did that while we were sitting around the campfire one
Yes.
evening, and
And-
just happened to turn around.
And so the next morning we walked out in the woods and got the bag of chips and the tub of butter. I mean, you could see where that big old tongue of his had
He
licked it clean.
son. He ate good. Yeah.
Chips and butter. What a good dinner.
Chips and butter.
Yeah.
He took the garlic powder, but it was
He
just
didn't-
a
he didn't-
canine in the container. That's as far as it
The
went.
cool thing is we still have that cooler with his where he teeth marks or claw marks
Yeah.
is in it. Yeah.
Look at
Look at
Slash.
Slash.
Look at that. Hey, buddy. Hey, Slash. Oh, he's looking his eyes at Aunt Melissa. Hey,
Hey,
keep digging.
Thanks for joining.
Hey, Slash. Has
Oh,
Mama got some treats for you?
No,
Some bacon strips?
Look at that.
because he
He's
had a
shy.
treat on the bed and he decided he needed to be up here.
Oh, look at that.
Spoiled.
Isn't that something?
He
Spoiled
is.
rotten. Oh, he's off. I don't want on camera no more.
He is a cutie pie. That's for
You
sure.
know? It's Aaron's night, not Slash's night.
But yeah, Pat knows about our bonfires. When I do a bonfire, I don't do the little. Hey,
Sometimes
I
we get too close and we scorch your eyebrows and
Hey,
burn the hair
yeah,
on
I make bonfires that you don't even get close to. You ain't going to get close to even stirring the thing for, or you're going to singe the hair off your arms and your eyebrows and your eyelids. And, oh
I
yeah,
don't do that when I have a crew of people. When I'm by myself, I don't make them too big. Also, I live right next to I-95, so the minute there's smoke bellowing, somebody's calling the fire department.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that
Yeah.
worry out here. So, but yeah, I love a good bonfire. Ain't nothing like a bonfire, some music and cold adult beverage and sitting out under the stars.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did, didn't we, Frankie?
Watching UFOs go over.
As he said, we had a good one at Swifty's a few years back.
Yes.
That was when Miss Kay did her weenie dance.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I need to go back and pull that video and that clip and repost it
Uh-huh.
sometime of her doing that. That was hilarious. It being there was just twice the video.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious because we only filmed maybe a few minutes of
Uh-huh.
her actual full dance.
Yeah.
But
Jim
yeah.
still wants to know, did you set Canada on fire?
No, I have nothing to do with that. You ain't gonna blame me for
It
that.
may have been Aaron.
No. I don't know if you've seen my video where without metal detecting, I ended up at a house that burned. But I was out at Newport Waterfront metal detecting, and I looked up and I saw smoke, so I drove
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And but my buddy's like, well, it was awful funny that you were there at just the right time. Did you start that? And I was like, don't even go there. I was like, I would not do that. I was like, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. No,
But you mentioned the stars. I got a funny story. See, I got a tower right across the road from my house, and they took all the stuff off in it, so it's just a tower standing there, but it still has this little tiny light on the top of it. Well, I had just moved back here because my mom needed help and all, but I moved back here and I was outside, and it was completely cloudy outside, and I was like, why is that one star sticking out? And for days I thought it was a star, and then I realized that it was a light on the top of the tower. But I felt so silly because of that.
Oh, we love we love watching the sky and picking out what's airplane and what we might think is a satellite going across the sky. And now I remember back during the pandemic in 2020, we were having a bonfire, and that was when, you had no flights, really, no one flying anywhere.
Mhm.
And I remember, of course, Melissa's in her chair all crashed, and I'm sitting watching the night sky and watching these 4 objects move across the sky in a diamond pattern like this. You have one here, here, and at the bottom in sync. And I'm like, Melissa, wake up and check that out. Well, right when she wakes up, it's going behind the hillside. She's like, what? I don't see nothing. I was like, well, no. And of course, I didn't have no camera at the time because we didn't have cameras out there with
that's
us.
okay.
But I don't know what that was. That was an oddity in the sky, because we love looking for stuff like that.
Yep.
Especially out here, because you have no city lights to obscure anything, so you see stars. Oh man, on a good clear summer night, it's awesome starage out here.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, to get back to Aaron, I'm going to ask him a question. Do you prefer to hunt home sites, fields, wooded areas, rivers and streams?
I prefer the rivers and streams.
Hey, Holmesdale.
In Maine, there's a lot of history in the rivers and streams, and I'll give DF Digger credit, because when I first started out, he's the one that said you need to get into those streams, and I was like, it's a good idea, and then I ain't stopped since. But I mean, I metal detect everywhere. I'm not that picky. I really don't really care for parks.
Yes.
Because I find I just fill my pockets with pull tabs around here. It's like everybody doesn't know how to use a trash can, or back in the didn't know how to use a trash can, I should say. But I mean, I did find this in the park the other day, and I had so many people telling me that I planted it. It doesn't have any markings inside, so I don't know. I'm gonna take it to a jeweler at some point. I'll show you some more, but
it looks gold.
It does look it, doesn't it? Does it have weight to it, Aaron?
Yeah, it's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, I'd have it tested.
I had my I can't remember if I was using the Legend or what I was using. I had my kids with me, and my daughter had come down to visit, so we went to the park, and I didn't even find it with the metal detector. It was just sitting on the ground. I walked over. I was like, oh, look at this ring. And then I posted a short, and everybody was like, you planted it. I was like, well, I can guarantee you I didn't plant it, because I don't do that on my channel. Like, if I didn't find it, I'm not going to tell you I did.
Exactly.
And he's right. The earth is covered in a thin layer of pull tabs. That is right, man.
And Pepsi cap.
We started off hunting parks and tot lots, and most of our parks have been hit because there's other detectorists that watch, and they wait for the crowds to come in and then leave, and then they go in. I mean, we've had good luck in parks and tot lots, but right now we're hitting the easements and the curb stripping
right now.
And then through the fall and winter time, we're old home site hunting. We're going out at the lake when they drop the lake down, and there's still old home sites out there, and we go out there and been finding them via the map.
Yep.
What is that? US? We was talking about it the other night.
USGS. Yeah.
And
someone had a question for Aaron, and
gosh.
I think it was Frankie. Aaron, where are you located? Close to I-95.
I'm 45.
He's in Maine.
He's in Maine, Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like 35 minutes from Bangor, up here in Maine.
And if I missed anyone else had any questions,
I
I'm sorry.
don't think
I'm
so.
not paying any attention to.
Trying to myself.
Not that I'm being, but
I think Rachel she has a question. She's probably going to ask Aaron, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, we'd be trying to make me talk.
Yes.
yeah, she's being awful quiet
Yes, she
over there,
is.
isn't she?
I was letting you guys just ramble on.
She's letting Robert ramble.
Start moving over. Hey.
Well, I have to ask it now because I did actually detect with Aaron
Yep.
Lucky you.
Yeah, with
all day.
Dover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got your sticker on my treasure box.
Oh, cool.
At that point in time, I didn't have any stickers. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, I think you said that was your first sticker when I gave it to you.
I think when we went
We'd
there,
love to have you.
475 subscribers or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I
Talking
was
to
saying.
this Rob.
Probably.
I looked and you had like 500-600, and I look again tonight because when your videos are suggested on my feed, they don't show me your subscriber count or anything because it's just the app on the TV. So I just watch, and so I just went to tonight to share the link, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty nice.
I joke around with my buddies and stuff. There's another Aaron's Outdoors, and he does like fishing lures and stuff like that. And I joke with everybody. I'm like, I'm battling with him for the Aaron spot. But no, I just have fun, and I'm glad that people are subscribing, and I enjoy the comments. I don't really get a whole lot of bad comments per se. And if somebody's really awful, I'll just see you. You're not in my thing no more. But most times I let them be a negative Nelly, and I just continue on my way.
You got the people brave behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a couple. We just recently got one on a find that Melissa found. She found the first silver in our yard, and we did a little short on it. And the guy basically was saying that it was planted. We knew it was there. Called her an idiot. Basically called her an idiot, and you all, yeah. So it's just politely block him from your channel and
move along.
Well, sometimes I like to comment back first, and then so they can't say anything back. Like, there, how do you like it? But
Martin Smith asked how far from the Canadian border. He's in Quebec.
A couple hours, I'd say.
So when you go out all day to detect in the river, or when you go fishing, or any of your other outdoor hobbies, because your channel is Outdoors with Aaron, other than the essentials that you need to take with you for whatever hobby you're pursuing that day, if it's fishing, your fishing pole, your bait, your tackle, detecting, your detector, other than what you need to do your hobby, what else do you take with you if you're going to be out there all day?
I keep like a case of water in the truck. I have a medic bag in my truck. Pretty much everything I use, except for like my fishing poles and the kayak and my boat, all that. Everything else is already in my truck, so I have everything I need. And when I run out of something, I just replenish it that way. Just keep tabs on it. Usually, almost everywhere I go, there's a little town store right there on the corner. So if I need something, I can just pop over to the store and get a drink or whatnot. But I've just recently started taking a big giant metal bar with me, because I found some porcelain signs, which these porcelain signs.
Yeah.
But they were under a big giant rock, and I got one piece out, and I was like, man, I wish I had something just to lift this rock. And so I went back the next day and pried that rock out of the way. And unfortunately, there's still a piece in there, but it's so tangled up in roots that I would have to have a chainsaw with me or something. And being right there, there's somebody's house is right up on the hill, and I don't really want to be down there running a chainsaw and have people coming down over the hill trying to shoot me or something.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
Yeah, people are crazy sometimes like that. They hear a chainsaw near their property and they're like, ah. So I try to be quiet. I'm like a river ninja.
River ninja. I know you said you took a bar. I was getting ready to say, oh, he takes drinks with him. He's got a bar. So Melissa won't let me take a bar with me.
No, if I brought anything with me, I wouldn't get anything metal detected.
Hey,
Same here.
Right there.
Sitting under a tree somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Just be sitting there with my feet up, just relaxing, listening to the river. That's
we had Melissa, some guy threatened her with the water hose one day.
I felt the sprinkles from it.
When we was doing curb strips, because I know people take care of the curb strips, and we try to avoid the ones that's really nice. But you know, the ones that you can see that's got trash laying in them, but people still want to come out and give you crap about it. And he was out there spraying off his sidewalk where his daughters had been out there writing with the sidewalk chalk. And we wasn't even in front of his house yet. And then he'd come over there, and I don't even remember what all he started
He
first
was
saying.
very sweet with, what are you guys doing?
And
I thought, oh, this is going to be a cool dude.
then he
Wow,
started
was
in
I wrong?
and basically told him, if you do that, it'd be the worst mistake you ever made. And I think he believed it, because he backed off and went in his house. But you know, we try to, like I said, have respect for residents.
Yeah.
And if, like I said, if I see that it's really manicured well, we just go around it
Yeah.
to the next one. So yeah, Show Me Treasure says, Aaron, do you have a battery powered Sawzall?
They are quiet.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I have like 4 of them. I didn't even think of that. Maybe I'll go for that sign now. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. And of course, I had some guy one time threaten he was going to leave me laying there on the curb
He
strip.
threatened him bodily harm.
Yeah, and I told him if he did, I was going to stab him with my digger.
I kept on walking.
Yeah,
I kept right
well,
on
thanks.
trucking.
You just go right on and trucking on down there,
Robert
Melissa.
is big enough to take care of himself. He had a digger in his hand, and that dude was in a house coat.
Yeah,
Go
you
figure.
look like the Big Lebowski, you know. I mean, he come out there in these little sandals and
Yeah.
his night robe, and looked like he just got up out of bed.
I knew Robert could take care of himself.
And he waits till I'm down. I was down on my knee. Here I am digging
Filming.
and trying to film, and he's hovered right over top of me, threatening me. And I said, "Man, you need to back off. I'm going to stab you with this digger if you don't." I mean, I don't want to threaten no one like that. You know, I'm try to be a passive person as much as I possibly can, but when they act like they own, and he's like, I'll take care of this curb strip. I said, yeah, you're doing a dandy job of it. I mean, there's cans laying there and paper and dog crap everywhere. And
you could tell he was maintaining it.
You could tell
nicely.
he was really maintaining that curb strip really nicely. So that's what gets you. And plus, it's public. It's city property. We've already looked up all the ordinances, so it's public. You know, I can be there if I want to be there. I can, when we have no metal detecting laws other than state parks, you know, if it's a historical site,
Yeah.
you know, all that stuff. But our curb strips are all, you know, fair game.
Yep.
It's the same. It's the same up here. But some towns have passed ordinances like Bangor. You just walk into Bangor, somebody sees you with metal detector, they're on your case. Now, we were up in Bangor, but we were on the Penobscot, and so nobody bothered us. But I'm sure if some city official would have gone through, they would have tried to come down and give us a hard time. But
Yeah.
we weren't breaking the law because we were in the river when the tide went down. So
Right.
yeah, we had a lot of people saying that we were not allowed to metal detect in the Penobscot and all that. It's protected, but there's certain sites that are protected. It's not the whole entire Penobscot River.
Right.
So yeah, we had a pretty good time down there. DF Digger went, Madison, everybody else.
Needless to say, we got to know the cops, a couple of them young officers really well, because people calling the police on us.
The Karens.
Yeah, you know, they like we're such criminals, you know, we're so suspicious looking out there. You know, us detectorists are, we're foxy people, you know, we like to sneak around and swing our detectors, you know, all
Incognito.
incognito, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Suspicious looking characters.
If anybody hasn't seen those Plymouth videos of mine, you should go check them out, because we were down there metal detecting, and they called the cops on us 7 times. And 7 times the cops came, and 7 times the cops left, and we continued to metal detect. Then we went to their town meeting where they they held a special town meeting, and when they did that, there was a contractor that needed a special town meeting, and they're only allowed to hold so many a month. And his whole contract deal and everything got put to the side so they could complain about metal detectors. And there's all kinds of people there that were, wanted. They didn't care that we were metal detecting. And I know lots of people in the town of Plymouth, and they don't care. But it's just the people in the town office that don't want us to metal detect because they don't understand what metal detecting is. And we filled in all of our holes. Everything was perfect and pristine. When we left, you couldn't even tell we were there. And that field was full of rats. And the one cop was out there one day, and he had stepped right next to the rat hole, and the rat come flying right out, and I ended up getting it on camera. And the cop was like, "Whoa!" And then they put up, they called an exterminator or whatever, and they put up ribbons saying "Don't go here," and they put rat traps up and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. We don't deal with Plymouth anymore.
Hey, Mike, Grapevines. I know
Yes,
he
welcome.
says, question, why has things become so restricted these days? I remember back in the 80s when I was a kid, we just walked the fields and looked for stuff and never on issue. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why. I said because people became selfish and old. That was a joke. So back when we were kids, 70s and 80s, what he's talking about in the 80s, probably early 90s, when you could just wander around and do whatever, and nobody really cared. Well, that's because the Greatest Generation was still running the show. Boomers are in charge now.
You are correct. Yeah. I agree with you.
Well, that's my dad. My dad detected in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And anytime we would go on vacation, he always took his metal detector with him. And I can remember times he'd see a school, we're stopping. He never had to ask. And I've watched him climb school fences and go in and metal detect. And I know my mom would tell him, one of these days you're going to get arrested for that. For what? I ain't doing nothing. But he would, and he never did. No one ever said anything to him. And I used to go just to go with him when he would hunt curb strips and stuff. And I never remember him ever being yelled at or ever coming home from metal detecting and saying someone said something to him about it. So,
another big problem too is drugs and people stealing stuff. That's made people not want anybody near their house. And a lot of the social media people are like, somebody walks up to the door, knock on the door, and they answer the door with a gun. And it's like, there's no need to answer your door with a gun unless you know you're being threatened or something. But I mean, that's why a lot of people are don't want you on their property, or if they see you, they're like, get out of here, and it's sad.
Really yeah, it is, isn't it?
Because all the Heathers from the 80s are now Karens. Yeah. And you're right. Show me treasure. Too many people have destroyed and trashed property. I mean, that's a big thing. People go in, detect, leave holes. And so, yeah.
When I was first getting started out, I went to Newport Waterfront. I was metal detecting. I found this piece of iron right on the beach. And I pulled it out. I set it there, and my plan was to go back to pick it up. But I walked all the way around the whole waterfront, and when my route had brought me back to the truck, and I forgot about this one piece of rusted metal. And then some guy went into one of the metal detecting groups I'm in for Maine, and he said, I'm not going to say any names, but there's a YouTuber going around metal detecting, leaving trash behind. And I had seen it, and I'd seen the piece of iron, and I knew right away that I left it there. So I went right in the group, and I said, "Oh, I'm very sorry, I left that." I was like, I just got going doing my thing, and I forgot it. And some lady was like, "Good on you." And that guy, I went and looked at his YouTube, and he was, I think it was just jealousy, because he was like posting like, I found a $3 million coin and stuff like that. And I think he was just jealous because I was doing what I did, but I didn't care. I think I did go back eventually and pick it up, or maybe he took it. I can't remember. It's been so long, but I apologized for it, and everybody was happy. They were like, "Oh, you're honest guy."
Yeah, it's got crazy. It's best wherever you're going to be detecting, to make sure you know the laws for that area,
Yeah.
property,
Do your research.
owner.
The information
And
is at
it's
your
all right there.
fingertips.
It's all
We've
right there
talked
at your
about this
fingertips
before,
right now.
and-
There's no excuse, really, honestly, for anyone to be metal detecting in a place that they don't know nothing about, their laws, or if it's private property, or stuff. There's just too many things out there that you can do research. It don't take an hour. It don't
Yeah.
even take you that. Me and Melissa have sat down within 20 minutes. We know the property, where the owner might live, and all of that stuff. It's all right there at your fingertips. And if you don't know how to access that stuff, ask someone. People in the community are always up to answering questions.
Absolutely.
If you have any questions about anything in this hobby, I mean, someone will get the answer for you one way or another. So
Yeah.
don't be shy when you don't know something, and don't think that your question is stupid or dumb. No question is ever dumb or stupid. If you're starting out metal detecting, one of us will know something about it.
I just read what the Happy Plague doctor said. If the cops or anyone harass me, I just ask if they'd rather I go back to the bar.
Yeah, really. So I mean, always know your area and where you're at. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
So, Aaron, where do you see yourself? Okay, I'm going to give a time range here. Over the next 5 years, where do you hope to see yourself with your channel?
Oh, well, I mean, at the rate I'm going, I'll probably be like, are you talking subscriber wise or?
Just
What
in
you're
general.
doing with your channel, what you hope to be doing.
Well, hopefully I found a big giant chest full of gold coins.
I think that's what we're all looking for.
I hope it grows, and I hope my mail call picks up, and because I really enjoy like when I'm getting letters from people. I don't even care if you send me like anything, money or anything. I don't even care about that. Like I just would like to see that people are watching my channel and send me letters, and I'll read them all off on my channel, stuff like that. I tried to do that. I went and got a post office box and everything, and the only thing I get in there is my bills. So
That seems to happen a lot, don't it?
oh yeah, those never stop. But I mean, hopefully hopefully it keeps growing, and I mean, I hope to do a lot more stuff, and maybe even go to some of these functions that everybody goes to, metal detecting. But I mean, at this point, like, I don't see myself going to any of those unless it was in Maine. Like I try to get out with DF Digger and all them now and then. But yeah, I mean, I could probably be, if it keeps going at the rate it's going, I mean, I'll probably be up there with the subscribers, and it'll be crazy. I mean, I'm a one man show.
Those shorts.
I do everything all on my own unless I have like a friend with me. I
Yeah.
do all my own editing and everything, and sometimes the editing's probably not that good, but I just do what I do.
Hey, as long as you're happy with
as long
it.
as you're happy and comfortable with
That's
how you
the
do
important
it, just
thing.
continue doing it the way you feel.
I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
You're
No,
fine.
no.
You feel free
Yeah.
to interrupt. Yes.
Well, one of the things I try to do with every video is I try to make it different. Like I try not to have like sometimes I use the same songs and stuff, but it's always like a different layout, different picture, different transitions. And I've done that ever since the beginning of my channel. I've always made them different. I just, I don't want to have like one steady thing because I feel like I get bored watching my own stuff. So I watch my own videos. I'll edit a video, post it to YouTube, and then I'll crank up my TV and sit down with a cold one and watch my own YouTube. And then I try to go over and watch other people's YouTubes. But when there's so many people, it's hard to watch everyone.
It is
it
very
is.
hard, isn't it?
We constantly apologize to people because it might take me forever to get around to watching a video, but I will eventually. But
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard to keep up with everyone that you're sub to and
It
you're
is.
watching, who's watching you, and
Yeah.
it is.
Mona says she can't wait to watch Aaron. Mona, you won't be disappointed.
No.
Let me tell you that.
No, I've been enjoying his river hunting.
Yep.
Like that, the video where you found the clay marble, the no one will watch or like, and that where you was finding the clay pipe pieces. And I told you, I said, man, I would be in there with a rake and a shovel digging that place up, because there, if that's on the surface, Lord only knows what's under the dirt in that area.
Exactly.
Well, that goes back to what I was saying, how I metal detect something and I don't want to metal detect it all out or dig it all out, so I can go back there again someday. And when other spots are drying up, I can still have some place to go. And I show all this and people know where it is. And I don't care. I mean, if somebody else gets there and digs it for me, I mean, you're more than welcome to, because I don't own it. Like, actually, DF asked the other day, he was like, I'd like to come down and metal detect that river. And I was just being a little sarcastic with him, but I was like, I don't own it. And then I was like, but I appreciate that respect from another YouTuber to ask me to not come down and metal detect the whole river out on me,
That's kind of the metal detecting thing, if you're invited by another detectorist into where you're hunting. But a lot of us look at, you just don't go into someone else's area and start hunting where they've been hunting. I mean,
right, for sure.
Unless you're invited and they invite you. I mean, I've seen that happen and heard of it happening where people will do that stuff, but we try to not to.
That's one thing here where we're at. There is, in West Virginia, we are aware of Metal Detecting with Randy, who's in the chat right now. The West Virginia Treasure Hunters.
And there's that one guy. I don't think he has a channel, but he posts on Facebook, and he posted some pictures where he was hunting in my hometown where we had already hunted. And he was like, didn't have a very productive day there hunting there. And I typed in and said, yeah, because me and my wife's done hunted that area.
He was someone in Kentucky, that I remember, because we're right close to Kentucky.
He
border.
was in our city park. He has a right to be in there.
Absolutely.
And, like I said, we've done hit in there, so what was found was found. And so we don't really have any permissions or any areas that we hunt. If someone wants to go in there and hunt them, I ain't gonna say nothing.
The permissions that
we're in there hunting them
are, if we're at a curb strip
and
someone comes out, hey, what are you doing? And we tell them, well, you can detect my yard.
Yeah.
That's the extent of our permissions.
Yeah. So, but there are people that they have to keep their area private, because
we understand it.
Other detectors
so
will
much competition
try to
around.
find where you're at and go in there and start detecting your area. So,
Blistering Barnacles Magnets is saying, good videos, Aaron.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's awesome to hear. I love it. And
do not go in behind Robert and Melissa. That's what Bubba said. It is 9:18. Those of you just joining,
we've got a giveaway.
We've got a giveaway to do.
So hashtag OWA, and at 20 after,
we're going to do that.
We'll pull this winner.
So that's 2 minutes.
I know people are wondering, is he ever going to do that? Really? That giveaway?
That giveaway? That's the reason we're here, is for the giveaway.
No, they're not.
I know. They're here because of Outdoors with Aaron.
Me.
They're here because of Jersey Ray Diggs, and they're here because of Clark's Co. 70% and 30%. Not in that order.
Well, 70, 15, 15. So.
Oh, Rachel.
What?
Robert just said 70 and 15 and 15. So you're 15 and I'm 15.
Oh, I'm 70 and you guys are 15 and 15.
Oh!
Is that what Robert was saying?
Yeah. Maybe he did say that.
What did I say?
What Rachel just said.
No, I didn't.
That you said she was 70 and
no, me.
No, he said he was 70. I was 15 and you were 15.
And I said everyone's here to see me.
Yes, why she digs Alabama. It is getting deep, and Cynthia Swearingen says, "Smack him, ladies."
Hey,
Rachel will probably get her a chance to smack him here sometime soon.
Oh, gotta flip, folks.
Instead of saying that he's hot.
Actually, get some prep work done on the duck races for tomorrow's stream. Okay, Rob. Thanks for
joining
by,
us, Rob. That's right, Paul. Everyone is 33.3. Metal Detecting with Randy is saying, Aaron, I cannot find your channel. Can someone post his channel? I think it is somewhere in the chat there 2 or 3 times, Randy.
But if Rachel can muster up 15%.
Aaron's got a sticker. We need to do a sticker swap with you, Aaron. In fact,
Yeah.
we will send you a sticker.
Yeah.
And everyone congratulate Aaron. As a matter of fact, he is a new prospect.
Absolutely.
Yay.
In the Cover family.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
be getting that out to him this coming week.
Yeah,
Glad to-
Martin Smith, you're right. You see a couch in the near
see,
future.
you know, Martin, I
Here we go
wait
again
for
with
the
the couch.
couch because our couch is awesome and we have a big screen TV in front of it. And,
Which we do not have cable or anything
oh,
like
but
that.
I have movies and
but
TV
we are
shows
movie
galore.
buffs,
Yeah,
so
so
This
and
one,
we have internet 50% of the time.
this one right here is for you guys. It's my very last one.
okay.
Well, thank you. We
Thanks.
appreciate that.
3.33, right?
We appreciate that. Absolutely. And it's 9:20. So what's
Yeah.
that mean? You the one said it at 9:20.
What
Did
was
he
it?
not
the
say,
gift-
guys,
the giveaway.
At 9:18,
Yeah, I
he said
know.
at 9:20.
Well, it's
I'm going,
9:21,
oh,
so
see,
let's see what we got. We have
Absolutely.
got 30
30
entries.
entries.
We've got 34 in the chat. Once again,
hashtag OWA.
and can I get
Hey,
a
Wicked Digger.
Hey, Wicked Dick. Chris,
Chris.
I'm learning.
Yes, you're learning.
Can I get a countdown?
Yes, you can. 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2.
1, and good
Good
luck,
luck,
everyone.
And of course, you know, if you just recently won,
Yeah, we'll
we're going to
see.
redraw again. So let's see who this throws up. Jersey Ray Diggs.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
She hasn't won nothing from us. has
It's
she?
been a while since she won.
Yeah,
I want
it's
to say
been
she
a
won
real
back at
long while.
Halloween.
Halloween. Yes. Of last year. So she'll get that when she stops by.
Yeah.
We
When
won't
we
have,
see her again.
we won't have to mail it out.
Saves us some
That'll save me some
postage.
postage.
Just like the
So
only time I win is on your guys' channel. It seems to be
That's
once a year.
So everyone congratulate Jersey Ray Diggs.
on her win tonight. Hey, DB, welcome.
Hey, DB,
Thanks.
welcome. Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Happy Plague Doctor says it was rigged.
Rigged.
We've been guilty of saying that before.
Redraw.
Which it's all in fun. It is all in fun.
Redraw. Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate each and every one of you. And when we get ready to do the countdown, he always says, "Can I get a countdown?" Well, if any of you are familiar with the group Jackal with Jesse James Dupree, that's one of
He's got
one of his
that
songs.
starts out like
Yeah.
that. In fact, I'm going to, when I get a chance, I'm going to copy that beginning
Uh-huh.
and start using it
Yeah.
if I can figure it out.
Now, you younger people may not know who Jackal is, but anyway,
I've seen him. We've seen him
We've
live
seen
a
him.
couple of times.
yeah, they do put on a good
He
show.
was actually back when a couple of years ago when AC/DC was going back out on tour, but Brian Johnson was not. I maybe something with his voice or something. They got Axl Rose to stand in for him. Jesse James Dupree was actually on the list,
Oh,
and I think they should have went with
I
him
think they should have. He's
rather than
closer
Axl
Axl
Rose because he sounds more like AC/DC voice than Axl Rose does.
Yeah.
But they chose that, which I know why they chose Axl for because
Yeah.
of more popularity and fame than Jackal is. But if you ever go over and you want to go over and check out some of their music,
They put on a
he's
good
a
show. If
very
you ever-
talented
yes.
group, and I love when he incorporates the chain.
JACKYL, Mona.
When he
Jackal.
incorporates the chainsaw
Yeah.
into his music because he's notorious for having a chainsaw on stage and cutting chairs up and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, rum, rum, rum.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a main staple around the bonfire.
Happy Plague Doctor says "Down on Me" is one of my jams.
Yeah. So okay, so people know, but we love the group. We've met Jesse James a couple of times out at Sturgis, and
Yeah.
when we went on the Pappy Hoyle ride with him and Michael Ballard and the
Yeah.
whole group, and got to hang out with them and
Yeah.
had a good time with those guys. When we in 2015 we stayed there at the Full Throttle in the cabins,
Yep.
and we actually got to watch them film for the show that night. and it was pretty crazy. 2 o'clock in the morning, they're running by the cabins with the cameras chasing someone,
Yeah.
and they went over the fence and yeah, pretty
It
wild
was a
time,
wild
but
time.
yeah. But if you ever get a chance to check out their music, please do. You'll enjoy it.
If you like rock and roll
Rock
music,
and roll, good rock
not
and
soft
roll,
rock.
good rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying hard rock. It's just good music to listen to.
Yep. Madison, Maine,
I like
love you.
metal, so
Yeah.
might
like
be
everything
soft
but-
rock to me.
Who's soft rock to you, Rachel?
I said I like metal, so it might be soft rock to me.
Oh, she
Yeah,
likes
it
metal.
would be a little softer too. Hey, Corey, the
Corey, the
treasure
treasure-
hunter, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Mona
Beard's
wants to
here,
know what
too.
Sturgis is like.
Awesomeness.
Hey, if you, it is not the nudity that
It's
everyone
not.
portrays. We've seen a little bit,
Yeah, but typical biker showing
but biker stuff and
boobs
women
stuff,
showing their boobs, no big whoop.
But it was just an awesome time.
It was an awesome time.
Met some
Everyone's
awesome
nice.
people.
You get to experience a lot of things and see a lot of beautiful places, and
It was just an awesome time.
it was great.
If you ever get the chance to go and experience it, it's
It is well worth it. It is. We went in 2014 and
And
15
15,
and loved
I
it.
want to go see 15 is right when we got back. We hadn't been back just a week or two when it burnt down,
Mhm.
when the Full Throttle Saloon burnt down, which of course they bought new property and rebuilt, and we're wanting to go back because now they have side-by-siding
Side-by-siding.
ATV trails
Yes.
and a little bit better camping than what they have because they're at a different location.
But
now.
also, you don't only have Sturgis. You have, oh golly, I just
What do you think?
Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah, you can go out to Mount Rushmore, the
You
Devil's
have
Tower,
Devil's Tower.
and which is a pretty good drive.
You
to
have
ride,
Deadwood,
but,
uh,
is it
Badlands,
Badlands? Yeah,
Black Hills.
Black Hills,
I'm trying to think of the Indian. We went to Crazy Horse
Crazy
Memorial.
Horse Memorial. Yes,
Yes.
that was a really awesome experience going there
Yeah.
and checking that out. So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there to do. Just
We used to,
besides-
Mona.
What is it?
Did you guys ride bikes?
Well, yeah, we had a trike. We had a Honda Goldwing trike, but I started getting other people
getting
on the
older and not
road
feeling comfortable on it.
feeling comfortable on it. I didn't want to get hit, and we enjoyed it the years we had it.
See
But,
you, Sweet Diggs. Thanks for joining us.
We decided we traded it in on the side by side that we have now. So I don't miss it.
No,
I really don't.
we
And like I
enjoyed
said,
it, but
if we
it
go
wasn't
back to
safe.
Sturgis, we're going to take the side by side with us.
Yeah,
Because you can ride it on the road there through the town.
yeah,
Plus, they got trails out there now you can ride. So
yes.
one of these days, when these pets of ours are no longer an issue,
That's
Yeah.
one reason right now we can't go far from home for a long period of time is because of our dog. You all heard the story. He's
Yeah.
going to be 17,
in
and so
September.
he's not a good traveler. So, and it's not pleasant at all. But now getting back
Principal's
to
my
Aaron,
boss.
I'm going to ask a question. If you could hunt any place inside the U.S. or outside the U.S., where would you like to detect?
Probably Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
yeah.
I have a video game that I play during the winter. It's a metal detecting video game, and just one of the places you get to metal detect. So it's pretty fun.
Yep.
I always said I'd like to hunt the White House lawn.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
I want to hunt where they held Woodstock.
Yes, we had talked about that.
I've heard that people have metal detected there, and you don't find anything but trash.
Really?
I guess they were getting like so many signals or something like that. That it was just-
Probably very busy.
I would still like to give it a whirl. Yeah.
I'd actually like to go to a sand beach with like blue waters. Like in Maine, it's all like rocky coastline. So you find a sandy place. Like I went to the state park the other
Good
just a
night,
little
Jamie.
back, but anyways, I metal detected the whole beach. It seemed like, and I didn't really find anything. It was so clean that it was unbelievable. And
Rich.
I had a whole bunch of people like right on my case about you can't metal detect a state park and if you ain't got permits and all this. And then it was on Facebook. The guy was just going off, and then I sent him a picture of my permit, and he went, no more talking by him on Facebook. And then now he watches all my videos. He's like, oh, nice video, good job. But I was like, I'm not gonna go metal detect a state park without a permit. I mean, that wouldn't make sense. When I first started out, now I went to Acadia National Park, and there's a sand beach there, and there was kids there digging, like 4-foot trenches, and so I brought my metal detector down, not thinking it was going to be that big of an issue, and I got surrounded by park rangers and everything else, and then they were like, "You should have known better than metal detecting a national park," and I'm like, well, I just didn't think it was going to be an issue because these kids are digging 4-foot holes. I'm going to dig a 6-inch hole. But they thought I was going to take out artifacts and stuff like that. So I never did that again. That was this is probably one of the stupidest things I ever did. But I know better now.
But yeah, I think it would be cool. Yeah, so what's the other one? What's that where they always go and party? Mount Vernon. Isn't that what I'm thinking of? Where the president goes and
I think Mount Vernon.
Camp David, right?
Camp David, maybe. But yeah, I think that would be a cool place if you could get in there and metal detect some of those areas.
What about Area 51?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would just like to go see that. I think it's try to go out to where the gate is, where they have. I've watched those videos where you go, and if you cross that line, they'll be right on your butt and telling you to. I'd like to go up to that. I would.
Grapevine says I've detected within feet of the Gettysburg Park. They can't touch me because it's just within feet.
Yeah.
No state park detecting in Massachusetts either, says Wicked Digger. Now here in West Virginia, you have to talk to the rangers, and it depends. If it's not disturbed land, they'd rather you not. But if it's like
tot lots, or if there's a volleyball court, the
stuff
beach
like
area,
that, it's okay.
Swimming, that's fine.
Yeah.
They don't really want you in the grassy area.
Yeah.
Though the one park I do hunt in the grass, but they know that I don't leave a mess because they sat and watched me one day.
There's no state parks detecting in New Jersey either.
I wasn't making a mess, and so plus I give them my card if anyone loses anything. Call us.
Yep.
Hey, Relic Reaper Don, welcome. Thanks for joining.
I didn't see. Oh, there he is.
And B3, thanks for jojoining.
They don't
just hanging out here and talking, having a good time.
We met B3 at Flash Bash last year, and that's hard to believe. That's been a year
ago.
Yes, because we just got our memories on.
And he has a good taste in music.
Yes, he does have a good taste in
because
music.
he likes the Moonshine Bandits.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, you guys. Hey, Charlie. Yo.
Hey, Charlie. How you doing, buddy?
And if you don't know who the Moonshine Bandits are,
go check them out.
Go over and Google Moonshine Bandits.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll enjoy them. We've seen them several times and met them several times.
Several times.
They did a couple years back the cover to Take This Job and Shove It with David Allan Coe.
Yep.
And they filmed it up at the prison in Mansfield, Ohio, where they filmed The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good oldie but a goodie. And it's sad. It's that old now. It's working on 30, if not 30 years old already.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh. Because see, we watch a lot of movies. And what was it the other day? And I told you, I said, you realize that movie is 30. Nail.
If you all have never seen the movie with Jodie Foster called Nail, you've got to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. It's a long movie, though.
It is. And I enjoy it. She does an awesome job.
I was like, that movie is 30 freaking years.
It's hard to believe.
The first Jurassic Park is 20 years old.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I just saw that. But
how time flies. I mean, it is.
We are so sorry, Charlie.
Sorry to hear that, Charlie.
Charlie says, no good. It was a hard day. Had to say goodbye.
Oh,
Our thoughts and prayers are with you, Charlie.
We
knew
knew
that he was not
Yes,
doing well,
he
but
had-
we are just so sorry.
he had messaged me the other day about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We love you.
Yep. Charlie is part of our Cover family.
Charlie is part of the Cover family. We
Yes.
got to meet Charlie.
We got to
you
meet
guys
Charlie
at Flash
at
Bash.
Flash Bash last
But
year.
we had met him previously down in Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yes, Charlie, our thoughts is with you and your family.
Yeah. I know how it is to lose parents. I mean, I've lost both of mine. Melissa's lost both of hers, and I lost my brother back in 2020, and
I lost my dad last year.
It's something everyone has to face at some point in time, and it is devastating, but
Yeah, I'm an orphan.
yeah,
Old one, but I'm an orphan.
an old one.
Yeah, 54 trips around the sun.
Yeah.
It was a pretty hard time for us. My dad passed, and then my mom's father passed away 3 days later.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
And then her dog got hit by a car a couple weeks. Well, it was about a month later, I think. And then her uncle passed away about 2 months later. So
I tell you, sometimes when it rains, it pours, doesn't it, Aaron?
Hey, I know when my dad got sick, he was diagnosed with bone cancer, and then it wasn't just maybe a month. Then my mom had a major stroke. I've got him in one hospital and her in another hospital.
He passed away, and she
then
wasn't able
he
to go to
passed
his
away,
funeral.
and she wasn't even able to go to the funeral, and it is a hard time, man. It's just
Yeah, my dad passed in 2007 from Lou Gehrig's.
it is. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Yeah. And we do want to thank each and every one of you all this
Yeah,
evening
for stopping by this
for
evening,
stopping
hanging
by
out
and
with.
saying hello and hanging out with this crazy crew.
Who you calling crazy?
Well, Clark's
I
Cove.
take offense to that.
I like it. I am crazy.
She's gonna be the one on the couch
Hey,
tonight, guys.
Hey, I admit it. I am a crazy woman at times, but hey, I have earned it. Don't you think so, Mona? And if Cynthia was in there and Jim Stilthy's still there, he knows I've earned it.
I got some pretty crazy videos. I went out and put the camera in the middle of the interstate. Or my buddy did, and it got flat, and
I remember that.
it destroyed it. It just obliterated it in pieces. But
Thank you, Jimmy Lacari. We love you too.
Yeah, I remember when y'all put the camera out there in the middle of the road.
there was no alcohol harmed in the making of that. I promise.
Yeah.
Yes, Cynthia Swearengin says, oh, you've earned it, Melissa. And I tell you what, in August, hopefully,
Yes.
I'll get to share that with you again, Cynthia.
Yeah, I hope she gets to make it down. We get to hook up with
Yeah.
Cynthia again. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's been now how long? 2 years? Oh my goodness.
2 years.
Yes, it has
Yep.
been 2 years. It don't seem like
It does not seem it, but it has been.
It does not seem like
And
it
I know
at
we always say this, but we hope to, at some point in time, we're wanting to come see American Woodland Relics, which they're not too far
No.
south from us. And then, of course, we've always mentioned DF and Richie. And guess what? If we go see DF and Richie, we have to see Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
Well, if you go see DF and Richie, you'll see Aaron too.
We're wanting to get out.
We're
and meet
wanting to
some
do
people.
that. But
It's just-
the pets, we have to be pet free before that
Yeah.
happens.
we was hoping to this year. We told everyone hopefully 2023 was going to be the year.
Not
but
that we're wanting our pets to leave
no,
us, but that's
You're
what's
wrong,
keeping us
but
tied down.
It's just
Yeah.
that's the thing. And I would not take him to a
Right,
vet
Jimmy
to have
McCarty.
him boarded right now because it'd kill him if you boarded him.
See you, Jimmy Lacari.
I
Thanks
mean-
for coming.
He requires.
Yeah.
We can go off 6-7 hours, but then even when we go side by siding, we have to limit our time
And that's
when we
pushing
go
it.
out. It's like go out, run around as quickly as we can, and then come back. And there's times I'm like, man, I want to go out and be able to, because where we ride at, you guys have all Arkansas, yes. How would
We would love
Love
to,
to,
Scott
Scott.
McClory.
A lot of the people do nighttime riding. They'll start 8, 9 o'clock in the evening and ride till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I'm wanting to do sometime. I'm wanting to be able to go out and do a nighttime ride rather than in the day and hang out.
Yeah, a travel trailer would be nice, Digologist. We're kind of talking about a small camper,
We're
but
looking.
that's on the back burner right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Show Me Treasure says, sorry, everyone, I'm still watching and listening. I was frying some Spam for a sandwich or two. Have you ever had Spam and scrambled eggs? Need to try it.
I have.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of Spam.
But you can doctor it
Yeah.
up and, yep.
You know, you can if you have to.
I
Yep.
just fry it, throw it on a burger bun with some American cheese and mustard, and I'm good to go.
Yes, Marty Verstahl, more bugs at night. Let me tell you, I swallowed one. I told you all about that I swallowed one and got the wings caught in my throat or a leg or
When
antenna
you
or
go down
something.
the road, you gotta talk like this. Bugs hit. Oh no!
What did you do? I was watching chat. What kind of
You gotta have that mouth open. Ah!
because when I seen Rachel laughing, I thought, okay, what'd Robert do?
It's because I'm tired.
I'm sorry when she was
I
like,
look up and Robert says,
she's
mouth
going,
wide
"Oh."
open.
I said, "What happened, Melissa? Swallow a bug?"
I said, I'm going to get one of those little strainers, you know, that's about this big around.
Well, that
It's on
wouldn't
the
be big
handle.
enough. You'd have to get one of them big.
The next time you all see him, those pearly whites,
They back breaking.
they're going to be chipped and missing, and who knows?
Sweet
He may have to
back-breaking.
wear a pair of sunglasses next time you see him. No, I wouldn't do
I'm
that
just
to
being
him.
honest. Oh gosh.
I know, Maria. Oh my gosh, Robert. That's all you can say, isn't it? Hey, back breaking, welcome. But yes, it is 9:42, and
Yeah,
We-
we're going to try. Hopefully, it ain't raining in the morning.
yes, we're going to get out, and that's our
And
plan is
go
to
back
get out and
to,
get some detecting.
Our new
Done.
area we've been hunting.
Yeah,
We-
we're still doing curb strips
Yeah, but
in the city,
This
but
past Sunday, we moved into a different
I
area.
don't know, Loretta.
What is it?
Melissa needs a full face helmet. I just need to learn to keep my mouth shut, but I just want to start.
Oh my God, that would be a miracle. An answered prayer if she could keep her.
Anyhow, as I was saying before, I was so
But
rudely
we started in a
interrupted.
different area of town. We've been hunting in more of a business area curb strips, and we had a good time.
Mona says they were, the word were, such nice teeth too, Robert.
Oh, we
Aaron, you'll have to forgive us. We get a little wild and
we love
crazy
picking
here.
on each other. It's-
Won't bother me a bit.
Join in anytime you want to.
Wear a Rona mask.
Katie
Yeah.
did crunch is going to be looking for Robert. But no, I am not joking. I swallowed a bug.
And all I did was laugh.
And all he did was laugh, and I coughed because I could feel it in my throat. And I said, it has to be the wings or something flapping around.
Robert's in trouble. Get his cash app before he signs off for a hotel room. Oh,
Yep,
good.
deeper
Deeper,
and
deeper,
deeper,
Robert.
But yeah, we do want to thank each and every one of you
For
all for
stopping by
stopping
this
by this evening and
It's been fun.
hanging out with Aaron and Rachel and this old crazy crew at Clark's Cove. We appreciate it so much, each and every one of you. If it wasn't for you guys, and I have heard Rachel say this, and she's very consistent about it, and Robert and I need to work on this, but if it wasn't for you guys out there, that's why we're here.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's all for you all.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
And I'm not ignoring Aaron or Rachel. It's for them too. I'm
Yeah.
including them in that. But yes. No, it wasn't a big bug, Mona. It wasn't like a big cockroach or anything. It was a. It was. That's what come to mind. Just, or dung beetle.
Dung beetle.
It was, I'm going to say it was like a small mosquito or something like that. And I don't know. I didn't see it as it went down the hatch, but
Look at that,
I-
Robert Bray.
We all just said Rachel hasn't said a thing. I'm tired.
I used to live next to a park, and my daughter was kind of little then, and she had got a beetle. It was in her eye, and it was trying to climb up underneath her eyelid. So I'm out there in the back field, and I'm trying to get the beetle out of her eye. She's screaming bloody murder, and all the people at the park are looking at me. They think I'm like beating my daughter, and I'm like yelling at her. Meanwhile, trying to tell her to calm down and all this, and it was so horrible. And then afterwards, I yelled at everybody in the park. I was like, she had a beetle in her eye, and they're like, oh. But they all thought they're beating my daughter up. I was like, oh my god, so bad.
but yeah,
Rhino beetle. Yeah.
we're not going to stay on here too much longer. Rachel, you have anything you want to talk about? What's going on with your channel? What you're getting into this
Anything coming up?
weekend? Anything special coming
Man.
up?
The only thing special is I might be somewhere else next weekend.
There you go. Well, hopefully you will share that with everyone.
I will when I get there.
Well, I'm sure wherever you're going, it will be fun.
I'm just hoping there's some pinto beans and cornbread.
Oh gosh,
Nope.
pinto beans and cornbread's awesome.
One bean. There'll be one bean. We'll sliver of cornbread crumbs.
American Woodland Relics, he wants to know just how big of cockroaches are in West Virginia. It's been a while since I've seen one, Paul, but I've seen some doozies in some people's houses because that's what I do is clean houses.
They get a hefty size, but not like down in Florida and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're
And New
pretty
York
big.
ones. I always heard them New York cockroaches talk back.
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
I don't even know if we have them here. I mean, we must, but I've never seen them ever.
We got raccoons right now that's just pillaging through everything.
Let me tell you.
And she's got the funny
Let
thing
Robert tell you.
is she's got some glass shards out here in the flower bed, and something is taking them and grabbing it and taking. I guess it's a chipmunks.
Well, what it is, it's like marbles that never really
Yeah,
made
make
marbles, or the little glass beads, or broken marbles, just stuff like that. And I've been finding them laying in rare places, and they've been
Burying them.
digging and burying
In these
them
little
because they
glass-
disappear. And I'm like, well, where have they gone to?
I don't know what they think they are.
Cynthia
Quit
Swearengin
playing with
says,
them.
saddle the cockroaches and ride them here, guys. Oh my
I was
God.
like, remember I said I couldn't show the bullet Wednesday night because Slash took it off the
Yes.
little thing that I was taking a picture
Make
of.
her big.
And I looked around my backyard like 15 times. And then my roommate came home today and he's like, "Oh, you're talking about this right here?" And he picks it up off the side of the pool.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, "No, I
cool.
looked like 15 times." So he must have picked it up and played with it again.
That's the one you found in the water, wasn't it?
Better hope you
Yeah.
don't swallow it, and then you know what
Right
you had
next-
to be digging
Right
through.
next to that.
Yes,
Yeah.
the homemade sinker. Yep. That was a good vid. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
thing Flash didn't
I'm surprised
swallow
it
it.
came out good. I had no footage. I had like less than 6 minutes of footage. I don't know why I wasn't filming. Patrick came over and showed his little
Hey, not right,
stories from
Johnny.
the signal.
Uh-huh.
He found this little Hindu god thing, like they like to throw things into the water for blessings and stuff.
Right.
And he found one of those. I didn't film it. We're all looking at it and I'm holding it, like I didn't film any of that. Like I didn't film. I was like, I don't know why. I just did not film.
Not right, Johnny says we have ticks riding mosquitoes.
What's up? Not right, Johnny. I haven't seen you in a minute.
So you were talking about odd things. I kind of got it's a little bit odd, but I found in the Penobscot, I found these Odd Fellow tokens.
Yeah, those are cool.
Oh, yeah.
I love finding tokens.
Yeah, this is on how I identified it. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's got like the little rings,
Yeah.
the all-seeing eye. But I just figured, I thought about that. Like I was like, oh, I should have sent those Odd Fellow tokens. And then I want to just show this because I haven't been able to identify it. It's a Loyal League belt buckle. I found it.
Oh, I see that now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But I've tried looking it up. and the only thing it keeps coming back to is the Emancipation Proclamation with Abraham Lincoln and all that, and the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
I've sent the pictures of it and everything to the Maine State Historical Society, and they failed to even contact me back. But I've gone on Facebook to all these belt buckle groups and posted it in there, and nobody can figure it out. Everybody comes back to me with the same information I already got, so I don't know. But it was right down the road from a monument up in Brewer, Maine, for the Underground Railroad. It was right down the road from there where I found it, so it's pretty cool. I wanted to show that before you.
Well, I'm glad that you did. Do you have anything else you want to share with us that you may not have got to show this evening? I mean,
Well,
unless you are limited with time.
No. I found
Okay.
and I can't figure out what it is. It looks like a handle
Okay.
to like a mirror.
We saw you find that, yes. It is pretty, isn't it?
Or maybe
I wonder if it could have been to a brush.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Maybe to a brush, even.
I mean, I don't know.
It's definitely pewter. It's super light. I had one guy tell me it was a unicorn horn.
Well, maybe in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I got some pretty weird stuff like this. It's a game token, presidential game token. The oil companies used to pass out tokens.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it? Shell? Didn't Shell? I've got a couple of those.
It's Shell, actually. Yeah, it is Shell. Shells, yeah.
Okay.
I found that right on the side of the Penobscot. It was just sitting on the surface. It was super weird. So,
Yeah, I love finding the tokens. There
Yeah.
are so many of them. I know we did this permission in town one day. It had been an old school,
Uh-huh.
and it's a church now.
Mhm.
And we got a hold of the pastor, and he said, "Sure, it's been detected 2 or 3 times already, but if you want to go for it, go for it." And I ended up out by the swing set finding 28 where
They weren't old tokens.
they weren't old tokens, but there was 28 of them. They were Chuck E. Cheese
Chuck E. Cheese.
tokens, all in a. They just kept coming out.
Some little kid hid their stash.
Yeah, he buried it and probably planning on going back and finding
Yeah.
it. And well, too late.
You guys see me keep looking down. The
It's the
cat
cat.
is
Yeah,
digging
clawing.
around my legs, and
She's telling
she's
us
telling us it's time to go.
to bed.
Yeah,
I show you one more thing.
absolutely. Yes, Aaron.
The ring I found in the Penobscot.
Look at that.
Wow.
I'm not very good at showing it with this camera, but it's
Yeah.
it says silver inside of it. I think it's a handmade silver ring.
That is a
That's
doozy,
a
isn't
chunk.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah,
it?
I
Wow.
set my simplex off like it was screaming.
Yeah, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah, and it had some sort of stone in it, but I couldn't find it. I looked a little bit, and I had so many people like, I would never left that spot until I found the stone that was in that. And
But you don't know that the stone was lost when they lost the ring. They could have lost the stone at another time and then lost
Because
the
that's
ring.
still just,
because
even if
it's-
the stone was gone,
it's
that's still a nice
ring.
ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I hadn't really found any rings up until this year. This year, I mean, I found some
Yes,
little
Mona.
like kids rings and stuff like that, but nothing too special. And then this year, it's like I got the legend, and ever since I got that legend, it's just improved my metal detecting game like a lot. Yeah, I can't say that because the 200 found half the stuff on my table here. It keeps on going. It's incredible, and it's so simple. I try to tell people all the time, like new people, I'm like, if you're gonna get a detector, go with the Garrett 200 because it's easy to learn, easy to figure it out, and it's kind
Real
of
fine.
I actually saw somebody make a comment like in one of the groups I belong to. Somebody was like, like what kind of machine, do you suggest? I want to get out there, and everybody's suggesting whatever. And I said, look, everybody's going to tell you the machine they're using is the best machine.
Mhm.
I said, what you need to tell us when you
See
come
you, Cynthia.
you
Thank
go
you.
into a group and you're like, look, I'd like to start metal detecting. Which machine do you think I should get?
Love you too.
I instead rearrange those words to, I have a budget of X amount of dollars. This is what I'm looking for and where I'm going. I'm going to beach detect. I'm going to detect my backyard,
It's
whatever
cool.
it is. And then once you have those two things, then you can narrow it down. But I always tell them the best machine you got is the one you learn. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
machines have pluses and minuses. You know, some do better here than there, and vice versa. Like the AT Pro, horrible on the beach, great in the woods. The Knox, great on the beach, okay in the woods. But I tell them, you know, get a machine that's in your budget and learn it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I saw somebody saying, because they were like, I just want something that's turn on and go. And somebody had said, oh, well, you know, I had the AT Pro and it was so hard to learn with all the features, all this. I'm like, AT Pro is basically plug and go, turn on and go.
Now,
You know,
the,
all of them are turn on and go. If you use
the,
the factory settings, they're turn on and go.
the Legend's the one that you're going to have a little bit of a learning curve with. Like when I went from the Simplex to the Legend, I was like, the first few days, I was like, I'll put it back in the truck and use my
What are
other.
you talking about, like for the VDI? Because the Simplex was what, 0 to 50 or something, and the Legend is 0 to 100, right?
Yeah, the Simplex is 0 to 100 too.
Oh, okay.
But the it's just that it has so many other little things you can use.
Did
Right,
you get
that
a
you
mail
can
maker
do.
that
But
they
if
did?
you left them alone, turned on your machine, put it on field, and went swinging away, you could do that.
Yeah.
All right,
Or-
same with the AT Pro. I can notch all kinds of things out on the AT Pro. I don't. I just put it on Pro Zero and ground balance and start swinging.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did with the Legend. I use field more than anything because
Yeah, on the Knox, I pretty much only use the field.
yeah,
Field.
right. I go to park and it makes weird noises, and and then if you go to beach, it's I don't know, it's just crazy. It chatters all the time around everything, and but I put it on field and I don't get so many. The tones are I guess I can say I figured out every tone. Like if I hit something, I almost know what it is immediately. You know, like bottle cap. I'm like, yeah, that's a bottle cap. Dig it
I
up.
do too, Scott.
I'm still learning it. I want to mess with it more.
Yeah.
That's what I always suggest to people. Just start swinging it in the factory settings
Mm-hmm.
and get to know your tones. You know, you should be listening to the tones first and then just confirming with the VDI.
Right.
Should never go by VDI only. Get to know your tones because the tones will have different little, like, you don't increase the volume, but an aluminum can screams at you.
Yeah.
Right?
There's the
It's
only
giving you the same VDI as silver, but it seems to be so much louder, even though you didn't turn the volume up. So those are the kinds of things that you're listening for and learning your tones. Then just use the VDI as like a marker, you know, like if I hear a 15 on the Knox, well, if I hear a mid-tone on the Knox, and I'll look at my VDI, you know, oh, it's a 16, it's probably a bottle cap or something, and generally it is. But you know, I always just, you know, that's just what I suggest to people because I could say get a Knox because I swing one.
right.
But you got to find out, you know, what anybody's budget is.
Yeah.
I think the Nocta machines are awesome, especially for their price points.
Good
You
night,
get a
Paul.
lot of bang for your buck with those
You and
machines.
Belinda have a good evening.
One thing I found with the Legend is whenever I put it underwater, the sound disappears on me. It like goes almost down. You can't even hear it with the stream running beside you. And I take it, turn it, and blow into the speaker, and then it's fine again. It's not like ruining the metal detector. It's just some reason the water gets in there and it muffles it.
Yeah. Well, you know, just make sure like things like that, you guys, anybody who is using a Nocta machine, you know, when you have things like that, just make sure you email them about that. Because like, you know, the machines are still a couple of years out there now. And, you know, so whenever there's an issue, hey, I noticed that when I take it underwater, the speaker seems to be, you know, muffled more so than normal,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and stuff like that. You should always email the manufacturers little things like that you notice because these are things that could correct in the future.
All right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Good advice.
I know I in the near here a few weeks, I've got a couple of videos where I got back out because I've been promising people that I was going to get back out with my Ace 200. So I took it on a couple of hunts and did really well with it. I mean, I love it. It is a coin. It loves to find coins. I mean, it might be, some people despise the dinging that it does. Now, me, I love it. You know,
Yeah, I'm not a fan
we
of
all
it.
we all have our different hearing. We all have our preferences, but man, there is no doubting when that thing hits a coin that you know it.
Well, talking about the tones, when on one of the vids when he used the Ace 200, I left the AT Pro at home and used his Apex. And I mean, it's real similar to the AT Pro, but the tones are different. And I said, you know, I could use it and get used to it, but I'm used to my AT Pro.
Oh, I love
But
my
you're
Apex.
constantly learning a machine with different finds that you find. But you do, like Rachel said, get your machine within your budget and learn it.
Oh, Robert, wait till you see the pic Mason drew for you guys. He said he was going to get even for you saying in our live stream that you brushed Melissa with a horse brush. We'll be waiting
A
on
curry
that.
comb.
A curry comb.
I'm gonna close my picture and mute for a minute because I gotta take Slash outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Okay.
We'll be here.
We'll be
Don't
right
take
here.
me down, because if you lose your internet and Aaron's sitting there by himself and I come back, I can at least.
I know.
Yeah.
We won't.
Yeah,
we won't take you away.
We won't take you away.
All right.
And Digologist, we seen where you had found that token that was Portsmouth, Ohio, 1910. I believe you said the date was. And we're not far from Portsmouth, Ohio.
No.
We're what, a couple of hours or that far?
Yeah, maybe a
couple hours from
because where
Portsmouth.
we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, it's all like, you know, it's all in whatever's in your budget, and
It is.
everyone has different tastes and preferences. We started with the Garrett. When we started watching metal detecting videos, a lot of the guys that we were watching were using Garrett machines. So it influenced us a lot in buying a Garrett machine. And I'm not putting none of the new detectors down.
It's just
They're
what we got
all
used to.
great in their own ways, but that's just what we got used to. I mean, like, people are Nocta
We'll do
fans.
that,
I'm a
Digologist.
Garrett fan. You know, like, people like San Francisco 49ers, some like whoever, you know, it's just everyone has a different preference. So, and it's just what's in your budget and what you might want to try. So, I mean, right now, I would love, I'm impressed with the Legend machines. I'm impressed with the Deus 2 right now, but I'm waiting to see if Garrett comes out. I want to see them update their AT Pro with the Apex technology.
Mason
Do
Merck.
away with the batteries
Yeah.
and put it where it's just plug-in charging with the multi-frequency. And I'm just kind of waiting to see if they come out with something like that, honestly.
Mason Merck is saying, Aaron, we were about to watch your video from tonight and then remembered you were live with Clark's Cove.
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
And Wicked Digger saying definitely started with Ace 200, got the AT Pro, then Simplex for 3.5 years, and the Legend since January.
But I'm also one of them. I hate trying to learn something new, guys. You know, I'm afraid
That's me.
I would be, if I got something a little more complicated than what I'm using, I'd never learn it. I mean, that's just me. I like to keep things simple.
Yeah, I'm not
The
much
Garrett-
on change.
The Garrett machines are simple machines.
Only when forced.
When I watch guys with the 800s and the 600s, and they're flipping through this and they're flipping through that, and I'm like, oh my God, I would be so scatterbrained with something like that. Who knows what I would have it set on. So I envy.
The Legend did that to me, and I'd get discouraged with it because it would just be like making so many noises, and I'm like, what is going on right now? And so I'd put it back in the truck and dig out the Simplex or the Garrett, and then I'd be all happy again, and then I'd be like, I gotta start using this thing. I bought it, I gotta use it, you know. And then eventually I was just like finding stuff, and I'm like, wow, what was I doing? I'm using the Legend.
Yeah.
Exactly, Wicked Digger. He says, I found great stuff with
all
all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there ain't no one detector any better than the other. It's just whatever you want to use and get used to. And the more you use it, the more you learn it, the better you're going to do with it.
The one thing I'm going to say is, I mean, if you're going to get you a detector from Walmart,
Yeah, I don't.
it's going to make
Really?
a tone when it goes over metal, but chances are the tones are not going to change, and you don't know if you're going to be on a penny
or
a nail.
I've seen people with detectors. They've tested detectors, some of these knockoff models,
and I'm not knocking them.
They hold them up in the air and they're beeping, and there's nothing even there. I mean,
there's some towns in Maine that do that with the Simplex. I go down to the river and I can't even metal detect because there's something in the air or something, and it will not stop going off.
We've hit areas where it's just like, I'm like, Melissa, I don't know what's under the ground here. Or
if you have a detector that's batteries, it depletes it quickly.
It's impossible to dig this area because everywhere you swing, it's just and you can't exit none of it out. You can't change because the Apex has a few more settings, and I don't care what I do, it don't change. I'm like, we got to move. We're going to have to move out of this area. It's just impossible to hunt. I mean, there are areas that just,
yeah.
There's some sections on the Penobscot River where they had boat docks, and there's like slag from them working on the boats and stuff.
Wicked Digger.
You just can't metal detect it. You're constantly digging, and there's some spots where it's graphite, tons of graphite, and that sets off the metal detector. And then
nifty creations.
Other times you dig down, like you're digging, and it keeps saying go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And by the time you've dug down 4 feet, and you're like, I'm done, I'm out of here. I kind of try to keep a motto sometimes, like if I've been digging for 10, 15 minutes and I ain't found it yet, and I'm way down in, I'm like, I'm moving on. Like, I'm not going to kill myself in a hole.
Yeah, that's me. Certain areas that we're in, I will not dig a very big hole if I'm not finding it within a certain depth.
Hey, once I get to that Chinaman's cap, I'm done.
I'm like, I'm just not going to dig
Dale,
no more.
whistle pig digging.
Like if I'm in a park, I will not dig a very big hole in a park because I don't want someone saying something about, even on the curb strips, I won't dig a very big hole in the curb strips. If I'm start digging down and I'm not finding it, I'm like, well, it's just going to have to be whatever it is because I don't want to make a mess. Sometimes the ground conditions are not good when it's dry. You can't dig a good plug, and I just don't want to make too much of a mess out in front of someone's house for them to come out and start complaining or gripe, so try to keep that stuff
Whistle
all
Pig
in mind.
said he's coming from Virginia Beach. That's where he's at right now. Yes.
I carry that little shovel, and I usually don't go any deeper than that little shovel. And I don't usually bring like a big shovel, like with a long handle, because when you're carrying something like that around, people are like instantly gonna be on your case, like thinking you're gonna dig a grave hole or something.
Oh, they do. I've had people, even when I use the Predator hand digger, and I just love it. It's wider. You can make a small hole or a big plug. I shouldn't say hole, small plug or a big plug with it. And Melissa uses the Garrett digger. But I've had people act like I'm going to dig a hole that they're going to fall in. And I'm like, I'm just using a spade, like a garden spade. I mean, come on, guys. So we don't, unless we're out in the woods, we don't take our foot shovel with our.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No.
But I have mine. I have the, what is that? It's the, my goodness.
It's orange.
Or is it from White's?
Yes.
Everyone, there's gobs of people that have them.
What are you talking about? The shovel?
Yeah. The foot shovel
That's what I use. Groundhog.
Groundhog. I was sitting here thinking groundhog, and I thought, well, that don't sound right.
Yeah. Only thing, I just had to modify mine because after the second time I used it, I bent the handle on it. So
you must have been pushing real hard on it.
what's his channel? I haven't seen him in a while.
Rusty Digger.
Rusty Digger. He did a video back a couple of years ago where his bent, and he did a modification on it. So I followed his modification, and I doubt you could bend the thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used gas pipe on it, line, and then had a buddy weld it for me.
Yeah.
Because the digger, the shovel head itself is awesome, and it's got a little shaft on it. It's only about that long,
Hey, you find anything to
and it was going up into a hollow
Uh-huh.
handle from factory. Well, that hollow handle is not
Now, can
very,
you
it's
imagine
not
that?
very sturdy, and I know other people that have them have probably had the same problem out of them. But I cut that thing and grinded it down and put that new one on there and had it welded, and I doubt I could bend it now. I mean, it made an awesome shovel,
Yeah.
so it'll last me and Melissa as long as we'll ever detect. Yeah.
I do want to say something real quick to Iron Antler Adventures. Guys, it
Hey,
looked
you
like
find
you
anything
all
to
had
take
a wonderful time at your St. Jude's fundraising. Robert and I do apologize that
We wished we could have made it.
wished we could have made it, but maybe next year. I know Robert said you guys really had him going there at the beginning.
Oh, when Brockton showed up in the mask and the sign, I meant to comment on that, but I'm like, okay, we're going to see a fight. And then I found out it was Brockton showing up in a mask holding the sign, no magnet fishing allowed or something. It was hilarious. I thought, okay, it had me going there for just a few minutes.
But yes,
Yeah.
just keep us in mind for next year, and hopefully things will be different on our
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
I only magnet fish when the metal prices go up.
We haven't done a lot of magnet fishing. We dropped it down some wells here back a month or so ago,
Yeah.
hoping to find something, but nothing come out. And
No.
yeah, but I mean, I enjoy the magnet fishing. I like watching it, but we're full-fledged metal detectors.
Yeah.
I mean, we are.
I got a 2,600 pound brute magnetic.
We're so glad you stopped in, Dale.
And
Yeah, we just got the what are they? 1200 brute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that
And
stuck in a bridge one day, and I had to like maneuver around trees and try to pull it off. And then I was with my buddy Sap up here in Dexter, Maine, and it flipped down and locked right onto the bridge, and both me and him were trying to yank that off.
Oh, you got yours caught on a bridge
Yeah.
too.
I'm guilty. First time. Yeah.
First time.
Honestly. But I mean, the people on YouTube love it. They love watching it. I did one where I called the video "Well Okay," and it was just a couple of hunts right around the local area here, and that did really well. But I myself, I just don't like driving around with a load of rusty metal in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know there's a lot of good foot diggers out there right now. I'm not even going to try to name any of them. I think the Grave Digger I think they're pretty good ones. You see a lot of people using them, and I'm not sure about any of the others. But now I tell you, I love that Predator hand digger. That is one tough hand digger. It's a little heavy, but I love it. I mean, that thing is a beast. When it comes, I have put a lot of weight on it, and it is a tough hand digger.
Yeah, Wicked Digger, we don't do magnet fishing a whole lot. We had that hodgepodge video here just a few back where we did a little bit, but it's just not strong enough to cabbage on to something that's down under the water. Well,
and that's the thing. I don't want to get a bigger one,
good night, Dale.
because then I'm going to throw it out onto something that I ain't going to get back out of the water.
The 2,600 is not too bad. I mean, if it's something that's lodged really solid, it'll eventually come off. But the problem with the one I got is you're throwing it out there in your arms. By the time you get home, you're tired. Your arms are sore and back and everything. But I went big because I had a little one when I first started, and I casted it out. It got stuck. My rope broke, and I lost it instantly. And I was like, well, that was fun.
I still have my little Amazon like 300 pounder.
Yeah, I heard
go to one either. So
Ozark. Ozark Trail at Walmart starting to sell them now. I saw, but I wouldn't buy anything Ozark Trail. If you've watched any of my videos, I'm usually winging that stuff out into the woods, hitting it off rocks. I do when I'm out a while. Sometimes I'll do a review of something Ozark Trail, and I'll just destroy it and chuck it into the woods.
If you can't break it, nobody can, Robert.
You got that right, Mama.
Sometimes that's right. My dad would always say you can tear up a crowbar. I don't know if you ever heard that expression or not, but he loved to say that.
I've never heard
a crowbar. But when we first started getting into magnet, we went to Harbor Freight and bought the.
They're square.
They're like, yeah.
Just
yeah.
A standard magnet that you'd probably drag through the yard if you'd been doing roofing just to pick up tacks.
I don't even know if he'd pick that up. Honestly.
You put your knife on the wall.
Yeah.
We had fun with it though.
But then we got the brute ones and we've only used them maybe three times.
Maybe three times. Yeah.
So,
I tore apart speakers to get the magnet out of speakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to get a magnet. And then I get that little one, like I said, threw it out and lost it. I was like, wow. So I bought the Brute Magnetic. It came in a kit. I think it was $140.
Thanks, Mason Mark.
And then I never, ever put it back into the box. I just always ended up in a bucket instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get ready and call it a night, guys.
It's 10:16.
Yeah.
And we normally don't go past 10 o'clock, but it's been a very enjoyable evening with Aaron and Rachel and everyone again out here in chat. And thank you.
You're over there. I forgot about you, didn't I?
Hey, now you two 15%ers over there. You just, behave yourself.
Did you hear what she just said? What did she just say?
You two 15%.
And what did she say? Two 15%ers. So she's saying she's 70%.
She can sleep on the porch too. I ain't letting her in the house.
All she has to do is raise a screen and crawl through the window and she'll be in the bedroom.
I'm just teasing.
But yes, for those of you that don't know, we are going to be having a visitor here real soon.
Yes, and next Saturday night I'm doing my birthday celebration.
Yeah.
So
Rachel won't be with us. She will be on the road.
Like I said, I'm just going to kind of probably throw the link out there and let
I'll be listening.
Come up and hang out. And we're just going to try to have a good time and nothing, just hang out and celebrate my birthday, I guess. I'm going to go out to dinner Friday night.
I'm going to take. I don't buy gifts. I might buy some Dr. Squatch soap.
I love that Squatch soap.
He loves Squatch soap. We had went up to the mall to this little place called the Drug Emporium. And I said, do y'all carry Dr. Squatch soap? She said, Dr. Squash soap. I said, no, not squash. Squatch. They'd never heard of it.
Never even heard of it. So, but yeah, I like it. So.
And so I'll get him something like that and then take him to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's where I want to go. That's my go-to place.
Yeah.
Do they?
Best margaritas.
And based on weather, we're planning on going to Hillbilly Hot Dogs when we have a certain visitor.
Yep.
Do they throw the peanuts on the floor there?
Huh?
Do they throw the peanut shells on the floor there?
They
used to, not anymore.
They stopped all that.
I used to love that. I used to.
Well, when I was a kid, they used to have ground round. And you could do that.
We still have one up here.
But I love Texas Roadhouse. Like I said, ours has the best margaritas ever. So
I like the margaritas, but
you got to get that Patron kicker in there with it, man. It just tops it off.
I have to help him drink his Patron kicker.
No, you beg me to help drink my Patron kicker.
I'm like,
it's mine. And then she'll be like, oh, it's gone because they put them in them little vials, and all it takes.
We've got all kinds of those little things.
We do. But I can't wait. So we're going to have a good time next.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be taking a couple of weekends off. We've got some special things going on. 4th of July is coming up, and
we won't be here 4th of July weekend or the weekend of the 24th. I think it's 24th.
Yeah, the 24th.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah.
So
you got us this weekend, and you'll have us next weekend, and then 2 weekends off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll be here for Digging Sundays tomorrow.
Yes,
And
Digging
next
Sundays.
week.
Absolutely.
I hope everyone can stop in there and check
Yeah.
Team Lynch and Clark's Cove and
Texas Plug Riches
and DNL and Metal Mike and Purses.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, we're going to get off here, call it a night. We're going to try to get up in the morning if it ain't raining, and
Mona's asking, what does that smell like, Melissa? Now, what are you asking? Is it about the Patron, Mona?
or the Dr. Squatch.
Dr.
soap.
Or the
Squatch
Dr. Squatch soap?
Depends on which one.
It's
I like,
earthy.
what's that I get? The
Bourbon Barrel.
Bourbon Barrel.
And
Yeah.
it's real earthy.
It's
not
awesome.
perfumey or sweet smell. And
It's an
it's
awesome
very
smell.
manly. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But margaritas smell awesome. They smell like summertime.
Good night.
On the
You
beach.
find anything to take? Margaritas don't smell like summertime on the beach.
Yes, they do.
I'm
Absolutely.
Great when you thought that.
See you,
Thanks,
Loretta.
Loretta. Yep. Okay, guys. But Aaron, just stick around. I'm going to throw you in the back room. Just stick around for a few minutes.
We won't
and
keep you
we
long.
won't keep you long. We'll,
Unless you have a curfew.
unless you have a curfew.
Hold
Okay. And everyone, if you're not familiar with Aaron's channel, please go over Outdoors with Aaron. You're
Check
going
him
to
out.
enjoy him. Go over and check him out, and
As in the words of Richie with Madison, Maine,
you will be entertained.
you will be entertained. Absolutely.
Yep. So hang out, Aaron, and thanks a lot for joining us tonight.
Not a problem. Had fun.
Oh, there
There
we
we
go.
go.
We'll keep Rachel.
We're going to
out
let
the
Rachel
edges.
hang out with us
Till
to
we
the
say
end here.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
our say our fairly wells.
I feel honored.
She feels honored.
Awesome group tonight.
Yes.
Awesome group tonight.
Yeah, nice
it
bunch of
was
people
awesome
up in here tonight.
Chat was kept rolling on really
Yeah.
well tonight. Thanks everyone for stopping by. And like I said, Digging Sundays tomorrow evening. Come check out
Dr. Squatch soap,
Dr.
Mona.
Squatch. Yeah. Come check Digging Sundays. I
Yep.
know everyone does.
Yes.
You know,
Or they
I
catch the replay.
I don't need to tell them.
No. And
Really
I probably got
honestly.
real loud when I leaned forward because I needed my bottle of water. I know I'm always loud.
Everyone knows what's going on in the community because everyone's out there checking out channels and live streams, and I'm sure there's other live streams. I know there's other live streams
Well,
going on.
absolutely.
So go over and check them out tonight if it's not past your bedtime. Like I said, we're going to hang out with Aaron and Rachel a few
Just
minutes.
a couple of minutes because we're going to get up
and
early
we're
in the
gonna call it
morning
an evening
based on
ourselves.
weather.
As always,
Yeah.
we appreciate each and every last one of you, and thanks for stopping by and supporting us and
Yep.
being there for us. Like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here today,
That's right.
sitting here where we're at, enjoying everyone's company.
You
Yep,
could
we
be
do.
sitting there, you just wouldn't be talking to anybody but yourselves.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, sometimes that gets a little tough.
it does. Yeah, especially when the wall.
Sometimes it's a one-sided conversation.
Oh yeah, I love it when I'm sitting there talking and she's over.
And that's the truth of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Say, I'm glad I bore you to sleep, Melissa. Gee, thanks. Thanks, Maria. We
Yes.
appreciate you so much.
Yes.
We do.
And while she digs
We
Alabama, you
Watch
have a good
Dick's,
evening.
Alabama. Have a good evening. And like always, we're going to leave you guys with
If you lose it,
We Find It. And we'll see you guys on that next good.
Cover fine.
Y'all
And
ha-
everyone give a good night to Rachel
to
as
Rachel
well.
as well, yes.
Yeah.
And we'll see her Wednesday night at Shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will.
So everyone have a good evening. Be safe out there this
Yep.
weekend, and may you find bucket listers and silver and gold.
Yep, absolutely.
Later, guys. See you next weekend.
Love you guys. Good night.
And we're ending. Bye bye.